Welcome to True School Sports. I know it's been a couple of days. I took a couple of days off just to relax. I had a lot of things going on, doctors and all this other personal shit. But now I'm back, talk a little bit of boxing. And boy, do we have a lot of boxing coming up this week. It's a lot of boxing that's going up this week, and I'm very much excited. I mean, if you're an avid fan and you're not excited about this weekend, then there's something wrong with you. There's a lot of fights going on. What's on, H Money? What's going on, man? God bless you, man. I don't know if you're still here or not, but I see you in the comments, so God bless you. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we're gonna digest. The first one that I really wanted to talk about, and I think is for me, maybe for other people might not be as intriguing, but I'm thinking about the fight with Erickson Lubin against Fundora. I think that's gonna be a fight that that's gonna be a fight that we all got to be intrigued about. You got a big, tall southpaw, like tall, long, rangy. Let me get this right. Erickson Lubin against Sebastian Fundora. He's a big, tall, 6'5", tall fighter. Long reach. I think 76 or 66. If I'm right. It's huge. It's outrageous. It's going to test Erickson Lubin. Lubin has fought some good fighters. Lubin is the hammer. Lubin is actually he's really known for the fucking knockout that Charlo gave him. But besides that, this is an important fight for both Fundora and Sebastian Fundora and Erickson Lubin, because whoever wins this interim WBC, whoever wins this fight will be WBC interim mandatory for a title fight. So it's actually great. What's up, Mickey Way? God bless you, man. So that's going to be to me, it's a good fight. I think Fundora, if he uses his range, if he uses his range, uses his jab, and outboxes him, he probably win this fight. But I know he's aggressive. He likes to go inside everything. I think for Lubin, it's a much harder fight for him. He's a smaller fighter, and I don't think it's going to be that easy to break down somebody like Fundora to go inside. I really don't think that's going to be the easy trick to do. BT probably back. He's busy right now because he's getting ready to go to his friend's wedding. Sean Sattel from Fight Hype. He's getting married this weekend, so he's gonna be this weekend doing that. So he's actually helping him out and assisting him whatever he needs done to, while he's getting his wedding and everything situated. That's what friends do. But I'm sure he'll be back sometime before the week that the fights actually start. But I don't guarantee him carrying any of the fights this weekend, because like I say, he's gonna be at the wedding this weekend when one of his best friends, Sean Sattel from Fight Hype, is gonna be getting married. So he's gonna be pretty busy doing that. But other than that, I'll be here. I'll do the best that I can do, and hopefully he'll probably chime in before the weekend. And like I said, you can also shoot him an email, Mickey Way, or shoot him a message on Just a Kid from Dania on True School Sports if you want him to answer you anything. But right now he's busy with that. Yes, like I was saying, Sebastian Fundora and Erickson Lubin, I think it's going to be a real good fight. It's going to be a firework fights. Lubin wants to still got the attitude. He's got to prove to the world that he's actually a true contender. He still feels that even though he fought a lot of fighters, that he doesn't get the credit he deserves. All people remember him for is that the devastating knockout that Charlo gave him back in I think 2017. For Fundora, he's on the streak. He's doing his thing. He's undefeated also. He's a very tall, rangy fighter. He got the height, the reach, you name it, he's got. So everything for me is, I think, it's more difficult for Lubin to win this fight. But that being said, that doesn't mean that he can't get it inside. I mean, it's going to be difficult getting inside and try to break that tall tree down. You have to be like a Paul Bunyan. You have to go in there and you have to chop him down. You got to figure out a way to beat him. How you doing, Sessa? Welcome to the channel. Yeah, so that's to me that's an intriguing fight, because I think when you got a tall fighter, young talented fighter like Fundora, the way he shoots his punches, you're not going to get inside him. Like you can't get inside him like real easy. You're going to have to get him by the ropes. You're going to have to figure out a way to get your jab inside. And once you get inside, you better throw some uppercuts or do something. Hit that body. You got to break that body down. In that same card, there's also got you got Shane Mosley Jr. Fighting a very experienced fighter in Ggg Rosado. People don't get. I don't think Rosado gets enough credit for what he's done for boxing, what he's done for himself. I mean, you look at his resume. He kind of reminds me a lot of, not the same style because Adrian Broner was different, but Adrian Broner never ducked nobody, and Gabe Rosado the same way. And I think Gabe Rosado, if you look at his resume, he's fought top of the cream, top of the crop. And there were some fights that could have gone his way. There were some fights that could have gone to the other side. But I think you got to put respect in Rosado's name when you got him fighting, still fighting. And for Mosley Jr., I think he was out of box for a little bit. He came back, and now he's actually more focused. He's a little older, and he wants to prove a point, and he's going to do it with a formidable opponent like a Rosado, and that's going to be a tough fight if you ask me, because I think Rosado, all the experience, all the battles he's been with a lot of the greats in there. You can't deny that from him. So it's going to be a real test for Mosley. But I think in that fight, I think I'm pulling for. I like Gabe. I have to go with Gabe, even though Mosley's younger. He's going to come up. He's good. I just like what Gabe Rosado brings to the table, what he's done for boxing, and I have to respect that. That doesn't say that I'm right, because I'm definitely not right all the time. Probably not even now. But that's who I'm going to go for in this fight. And then you got Ggg Murata. That's going to be a big fight. Also, the winner of that fights the winner that probably gets to fight with Canelo. I mean, so it's big. I mean, you got two fighters. You got a Japanese Murata, and you got Golovkin, who we all know, Ggg. Both fighters have been inactive for almost I'm going to say about 2 years. And I'll be honest with you, in those 2 years that they've been active, we don't know what kind of fighters we're going to get. I will say that Murata's more popular. Murata's going to have the Japanese people behind him. He's going to come out there and throw the more punches. I see an older, he's still talented. He's still got that power punch, an older fighter in Ggg. And I think it's going to be a test for him too. And if he really wants that payday, he's going to ultimately come in there and hopefully get that power punch against a quick hitting, a fast-paced fighter like Murata, who's very patient also. So Gg's not going to have the crowd behind him. He's going to have everybody but the crowd. But Ggg knows that if he doesn't get through Murata, he's not going to get that big 18 million payday from Canelo. So it's very important for him to go in there and do that. Program in mind of that fight. I think it's at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning here in the U.S. I'm going to try to go live for that. Regardless of what's going on, I want to go live for that only because I want to see what Gg's still got in the tank, being a 40-year-old or 39-year-old against a young guy, talented guy as Murata. So that's going to also be a good fight. And on the fight, they also got Japanese, I think, lightweight Nakatani. If Haro's here, Nakatani's very. It's all a Japanese card. Of course, it's going to be in Japan. But Nakatani's actually on the card on the card of that. So if you guys are big fans of Nakatani, he's out. He's fighting somebody on the card. But I think Murata is going to give. He's going to give Golovkin a test. And last time I seen Golovkin, I wasn't really impressed with him. I'll be honest with you. That's when I really felt that he was very old. But that being said, doesn't mean that he still doesn't have a power punch, the knockout punch power that he has, and we won't know until we see. H Money says David Haney versus George Kambosos is the biggest fight in the history of the lightweight. I'm not going to say that. I was actually watching a fight, a guy named Greg Hughes, I think it was. He was the first one to beat Hector Macho Camacho, overweight Hector Macho Camacho. There's a lot of lightweights before. Better fighters back in the day that is greater than this. The biggest thing about this is H Money is that David Haney is getting his opportunity to fight Kambosos, and that's what he's wanted. That's what his dad wanted. That's what we wanted. So he's going to get that opportunity. But I'm not going to say it's the biggest fight in the history of the light division. I will say that it is a big fight, like I said, for Haney. If he gets it, it opens up a lot of doors for him. He's got to go do it twice and become undisputed, beating this tough Australian in Australia at the Marvel Stadium with 53,000 people. So it's going to be tough for him. But if he beats him over there and brings the belts back, you got to give him nothing but respect. He took a low pay. Look like David Haney did. He took a low payday. He decided to go across the pond not once but twice to fight Kambosos, and then he's got the card against him. So that's a lot of pressure on him. But that being said, I think it's going to be also a lot of pressure on Kambosos, because Kambosos, as much as he's an underdog, believe it or not, in Australia, according to the betting scene. I think that it's going to be a true test for Kambosos. Can he handle the pressure? Can he put up and actually guarantee them and give the Hushies what they want to keep him as champion against a tough, young, hungry bull like David Haney. So what's going on, man? Yeah, I'm trying to keep it alive. Brendan will be back eventually. He's actually gonna be back home here in Florida, on the 13th. I think no, or the 12th, the 12th. So he'll be home on the 12th. I'll be gone for a couple of days, but then he'll be back and he'll bring it back on. But I think he'll be back before then. He'll probably come on and sneak in here in the live. He's just helping his friend get married and everything. You know how that goes. So thank you for your that. I like that, Milk. With respect to you too, Cesar. I chose Ali Setback to say what's up to BT. I hope BT doesn't have him doesn't, what does that mean? Hate him. Tell BT to. I don't think BT hates anybody, to be honest with you. I just think when you get around the boxing media for so long and you deal with some people, you just see the biased favorites or the biased channels that they give more attention to than others. And that's not saying we're taking nothing away from Alex Setback, because Alex Setback has been a long dog in the boxing game for a long time. He's brought up his channel the right way. You got to give it to him, no matter how he does it, whatever. He's got all his subscribers. They love him over there in California, Texas, where the fuck he's from, and I respect him for that. So he's earned it the hard way. So there's no hate. There's no hate. It's just when you have double standards within the media, the people that not to be the people that are in charge of the media, that actually there's some reporters come in, they favor other medias and others, and that's not right. And because BT, believe it or not, even having the subscribers, God, thank you guys for that. Like I say, your success is our success. It's still a small channel, so he doesn't get the same respect, the due respect that he should get. And so understand that. But I don't think he hates anybody. He just hates the fact how just like in boxing, it's all political. Don't get it twisted. It's the same shit in boxing. If you're a big ass kisser, if you kiss ass, if you do things right, or you just become biased to a certain fighter, and no matter what they do, you don't want to call it out. That's what happens. And BT's not like that. So I'm not saying that's Alex Setback. I'm just telling you how he is. He's not one to kiss ass to nobody. He's not one to just be biased to one fucking boxer. Yeah, on this channel, he talks a lot about Boo Boo Andre. Yeah, he talks about Chocolatito. But let's get it twisted. Right, Chocolatito's his favorite fighter. And Boo Boo Andre, all he's been wanting to ask, give him his due dividends and just fight Canelo. And that being said, but he doesn't hate Ali Setback. He knows he's an old dog of the game. He earned it the right way, so respect to him. Okay, Cesar says, biggest lightweight fight is Ryan Kambosos or Ryan Teofimo. Well, Ryan's still got to prove himself. I'll say it like that. Ryan still got to prove himself. He's a star. We know people love him. He attracts a lot of people wherever he goes. But let's not get it twisted. He was out boxing for almost 2 years. And as talented as he is, he has not fought. I'll say it again. He has not fought to the level of competition that he should be fighting. So don't get it twisted. Today I finally catch the last few minutes of his press the press workout that they had, and Cogbo was sitting there, and they started arguing to try to build up the fight, because it sounds to me that the tickets they're not selling as big as they are, because even through that live they had people saying buy tickets, constantly Golden Boy saying please buy tickets, we buy tickets. Anyways, Ryan got into it with Tugbo. I like what Tugbo said to him. Tugbo, when I said to him after all that shit, Tugbo said, you know what? He told him straight up. He said, "Fuck you, motherfucker." He said, "Fuck you, motherfucker." Something my dick or whatever he said. I treat my language. I'm just saying what he said, and that worded out. But it's gonna be a good fight. But Ryan's got a lot to prove. He's got a long way to go. We have to be honest when we say it. We can't just be biased and say, "Oh, he's a star," because Golden Boy wants to make him a star. Because the social media makes him. No, he's got to do it in the ring, and he's got to do it with level competition. And don't sleep on Tugbo. Tugbo might not be the highest competitor. I mean, he comes down to 50 at 33 something, but don't sleep on him. He's got to shut just like anybody else. But I'm just saying, don't everybody get on a hype trick about Ryan, because Ryan's got a lot to prove, and it starts for him to fight the top level fighters, fight Tank Davis, fight David Haney, fight freaking Lomachenko. Fight all the big names that's going to give you the respect that you deserve, instead of calling out fighters. So he's still got a long way to go. I'm happy he's back. I'm happy his mental state of mind is real good with Goosen, but don't get it twisted. One thing I've been saying about it, and I've been telling my son about this, one thing I like about Ryan Garcia, he keeps that left hand low. and that's how he gets countered all the time. And somebody's going to counter him with a freaking right left, with a right knock the shit out of him. Eventually, it's going to happen. If he don't correct that, it's going to counter him. But he won't know that until somebody put him in his place. To be honest with you, and it's going to happen sooner than later. And he's got to step up to gain my respect. He's got to step up and fight up to his competition. After this fight, whatever fight, he needs to step up to his competition. I don't want to hear shit about him. H Money says, Bobby, what's a bigger fight than David Haney versus George Kambosos in the history of boxing? I don't know right now, but you know what, H Money? I say I'm gonna look it up for you, and I'm gonna let you know there's bigger fight. There was a bigger fight right now in our era. In our era for the 135, you could say that's gonna be a big fight because it will actually mean that they'll actually have an undisputed finally at 135. So yes, it's a big fight in our era for the last 5, 6, 10, whatever 10 years it is. In that aspect, we haven't had an undisputed 135 champion with all the belts. So in that era, you could say that Haney is fighting one of the biggest fights in the 135 division to become undisputed. But to tell me that that's the best fight in history, I'm talking about I'm talking about levels of fighters. Like I'm not denying that Haney's not talented. I'm not saying that Kambosos. I'm just saying back in the day there was a lot more lightweights that were a lot better. No, they weren't undisputed, but there was a lot better fights in the lightweight division than the one we're getting right now. Right now, it just happened in this era. We don't have an undisputed champion in that weight, so therefore they're going to give the flowers to him, and I don't blame you. He deserves it. I'm not trying to take no flowers away from Haney. Haney's fucking is doing the right thing for a young guy to take a payday to go overseas and fight this guy in his homeland and probably kick his ass twice. I just think Haney's got to go in there and rip his soul out. He's got to rip his throat out of his fucking throat in the beginning of the round. He can't go in there and tell titty tat. But it is a big fight for the 135 division because in the last 5, 6 years we haven't really 8 years we haven't had a 135 because all we're doing is blabbing back and forth. So you're right to an extent. Bradley Scott says Haney will win. I want him to win. I'm not hating on him. I think it's gonna be a tough fight for him with Kambosos. Kambosos is also gonna have pressure from his fans and everything, but Kambosos is not just gonna give his free lunch away. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Kambosos is gonna do it. If Kambosos is not going to give that, I mean, he just came out while Boxing C was saying that if he thinks that he's the best fighter, I'm going to show him. So Haney's got to go in there and literally show him up and shut him up quickly. As soon as that bell rings, Haney's got to go in there, be active, and let him know, gain respect right away. If he goes in there tally for the first couple of rounds and they favor Kambosos, he's going to be in trouble. He needs to go in there and rip his throat out. No, I'm not sleeping on Manu Tago. I know he's got a power. He's got 15 knockouts. I know he's 33 and whatever, 0 for a reason. So I'm not going to sleep on Emmanuel Tago. I definitely know that he's going to bring that power. I know that people don't underestimate him. But right now, honestly, Ryan being out to a gym for as long as he have. But at the same time, if we switch the domino effect around, Tago's been out of the gym for quite a while himself. So that being said, both fighters, we don't know what we're going to get for the meal until we actually see the meal, and then we can eat the meal and digest what's going to happen. But no, I bet say that. Don't sleep on Tago. I think he come in there. I'm just saying that if whatever happens, if Ryan wins his fight, if he wins his fight, he needs to start calling up, level up to his competition, or all that shit don't make sense. All that shit he does don't mean nothing. Yeah, a lot of people say that he's got power. I was reading about Tago. They say that he's got like a lot of power and stuff. So I wouldn't doubt that he don't got no power. I know he got. Believe me, those Africans bring some power. Khomeini's from Guyana. He's another one. So you can't tell me they don't have no power. They have power in the thing. The only thing that they don't get the same respect in the U.S. I think I was reading about in the last couple of fights with Africans. They never get the right decisions here in the U.S. because they always seem to be like the B side, C side, or very underrated. And I don't think it's fair. I think if the boxer goes in and shows out and actually runs over the fucking the A side and proves it, you gotta give credit to him. But he's from fucking Africa, Japan, Puerto Rico, wherever the country you're from, give him the credit. The credit is due, and I think that's what's happening. So I think for Tago to go in there, he's got if he got a good right counter like Campbell had, Luke Campbell had, what's the name? Campbell had when he fought fought Garcia and caught him with a right. But if he got a nice strong right, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Garcia is susceptible to get knocked out the same way Campbell knocked him out. Luke Campbell knocked him out because he keeps that fucking left hand down and he covers up the left side, but he doesn't cover the right and leaves himself open. And if Tago could come in there with a fucking counter like Luke Campbell did, and this is African touching power. This ain't no fucking sleeper. They got some power in there, so you better be sensible. Like it's not gonna be an easy fight. Cesar, I don't know the deal. What's gonna happen when he comes back on live? You can ask him about that. I don't think I'm telling you again, he's not a hater. It's just a politics of boxing, and that's it. You won't understand because you're not in the game. You're not in there going through all the media, all the politics. It's just the same fucking shit. Like when the boxers got to go negotiate and all this other bullshit. It's always something behind everything else. And one thing about this channel right here, one thing about my son's channel right here, he don't give a fuck. He tells it the way it is, and people don't like that. Okay, and my son will be cool and everything, but if you cross him the wrong way, he gonna let you know. And people don't like that. He don't try to be biased for any channel. He don't try to be biased for any network. He don't try to be biased about this. Ali does. I'm sorry to tell you. Ali does. Ali goes out there and he fucking kisses ass, constantly kissing ass. And that's how he does his thing. So be it. But on this channel, we don't kiss nobody's ass to get what we got to get. That's not hating on Ali Sebek. I just calling it how we see it. Okay? When you're doing an interview with Canelo and you're sitting there telling him that he looked good in the media, instead of asking the fucking proper question, why won't you fight Boo Boo Andre? Why won't you fight with Benavidez, all these top contenders or whatever the kid? But you're sitting there saying, oh, Canelo, yelling at him, oh, Canelo, you're doing a great job. Oh, Canelo, this and that. You're sucking to him. And I'm going to tell you a story. I never knew why, and nothing against Alex, but you keep bringing him up, I'm going to tell you one thing I don't like about him. If Tyson Fury kicked him the fuck out, kicked him the fuck out of his thing, all right? It's because when you're a reporter, you shouldn't be biased to any who you get an interview for. You shouldn't be biased to anybody, okay? But when you sit there and you're biased to certain fucking fighters and they can never do no wrong, and you gain your respect because you work yourself all the way up to the top, and you got all these 100,000 or whatever you got thing, and then you go in there and you kiss ass to them. I just lose all respect for that. So when I see Tyson Fury kick him the fuck out, until I don't want to see this guy, there's a reason for why some people don't like him. It's not because of his hard work and dedication, because if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be there. So respect him. It's because he's a fucking double-edged sword, and he loves to kiss ass, and that's why I don't think it's right. You say you call things the way you want to call it, and you're getting respect that way. You already got your respect because of your hard work. Keep it that way, my brother. And that's all I'm saying. So don't talk to me about setback. It's not that we don't hate him or this and that. It's just certain things other channels do. And they get privileged for certain things because they're more biased to that person, and because you're more straightforward. People don't like you. It's the same way in the real world. When you fucking in the real world and you say shit the way it is, people hate your fucking guts. They can't stand you. When I was working, people hated me because I didn't care if you were a fucking commissioner, if you were the owner of the company. I would tell you the way it is, and I would walk out with my head high. Fuck you. You're not gonna tell me. That's what I'm saying. You gain your respect through your hard work and respect. So back to boxing. Do you think Haney can celebrate the Kambosos win if he has a rematch clause? Yeah. You know why? Because Milky Way, he went. You gotta understand what this guy's doing. This is a talented guy. I was hard on him too, but you got to tell him he's still undefeated. He's still got a lot of tools in the tank, and he was willing to take less money. First of all, money talk bullshit to walk. He took less money, right? Now he's going to Kambosos' backyard for 2 fights. And you know, in boxing, Milky Way, everything is a mental game. If you beat that motherfucker the first time, you can beat him again. And if you fight him again, guess what? You're gonna have that behind your head. Whoever loses is gonna have that behind their head, and it's gonna be a thing. But I think the only way I see Haney winning this fight, and my son disagrees with me, but the only way that I see him win this fight, he's got to go in there and rip his fucking throat right from the beginning. He's got to take his soul. When that bell goes ding, it's not time for me to shake hands with him and be friends. Let's have a drink. It's to go in there and beat the fuck out of him, like right from the beginning. Gaining his respect means you got to hit him hard. You got to let him know, throw the strongest punch you got. You got to let him know you're going to that body and you're breaking him down. If you don't do that with Kambosos, you're in for a long fight and you're not going to win the fight. If you go in there and just tap and dance with Kambosos, you're fucking done. You're done. So I want Haney to go in there and rip his fucking throat out. In the beginning of the fight, I want him to rip his throat right out. Take his soul out of him. That's the only way he's gonna win the fight. That's the only way he's gonna shut the crowd. He's got to do that. He's got to do that. This is the biggest. Right? You understand? He's gonna be nervous too. This is the biggest thing that he's been wanting for 15 years. So he's got to go get it, because you don't know even after those 2 opportunities if you're gonna have a chance again. And that's what I'm saying. He's got to do it with a definite way of doing it. He's got to. What's going on, Kevin Effect? What's going on, man? Just talking a little boxing here. We have a lot of fights going on this week. Right now, we're talking about somebody brought up the subject of Haney, so I had to just let him know that how I feel how he's gonna win. He's gonna win to me. He's got to go in there and rip this guy's soul out. He's got, when that bell goes bing, he got go out there and jab hard. He's got to set a tone that makes Kambosos think. If he doesn't get any respect with any kind of power, and he sits there tittle tap for most of the fight, and Kambosos goes in there and just tags him left and right, gets points and whatever, he's in for a long fight. Because let's not get it twisted. Teofimo is about the same size as, not bigger, Haney, and look what he did to Teofimo. So Haney's got to go do it as a young buck and prove his respect. More so, since Haney came out was saying in the interview, he said, "Don't call me a fucking kid. Don't call me a boy. I'm not a boy. I'm a man." So now, right there, that set the tone. That set the tone right there. Right there, when you say shit like that, you're letting him know. So when you get in that ring, you remember what you said. I'm not a kid. I'm not a boy. And he said, Haney says, if you don't respect me now, well, I'm going to show you in the ring. So we got to see what happens with that. Sasa says, Ryan Garcia, he's a star because he made all of USA know and care about him. Most famous boxer after Jake Paul. Even if he's not ready, he can sell those big fights, but he doesn't need to get more. Listen, man, he's a star because of his. You get on social media and you get over 1 million subscribers or whatever you got, you might as well say you can blow up and star. He doesn't need boxing, to be honest with you. How you think the Jake Pauls, how they make money? How you think they got millions and millions and millions and millions of money? It wasn't from boxing. It wasn't from acting. It was from them having the social media and the subscribers they got. The same way that Ryan made himself before he actually became big in boxing, or so-called being a big star because it's social media. But social media does not make the fight in the ring. Okay, Garcia's got to come in here and come out with a statement and show people what he's all about. All you guys, please hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe, super chat, whatever. It's only gonna go to help the channel. But yeah, Ryan Garcia's got to go in there and make this a good fight and show the fans that he's ready to go top level fighters and do it convincingly. So no, I'm not gonna say all that. I'm gonna say that he's gonna have to go ahead and that fight right there. I don't think it's a sellout that big. From what it sounded, the Golden Boys still promoting it live on TV when they were doing it today on the workout press. They were like, "Oh yeah, please buy tickets, please buy tickets." The fight's not sold out. So he's still a star. People like him and everything, but that's because of his social media backing. I think at one point there was tension between Garcia and Canelo. At one point there was, and that's why sometimes it's like you've been in a relationship. You know, it's great for a few months and everything. Then all of a sudden things are not working out. They're not as bright as they were in the beginning. It wasn't a cloud nine in the beginning, and you know it's time for me to move on. I think for me personally, I think they're over that. I think Garcia said what he had to say. Canelo said what he had to say. And the best thing is, for me, not even for Canelo, because Canelo's been in a great frame of mind. They beat kicking ass, moving over the weight division. So I got to give respect for that. But for Garcia to be in the right frame of mind mentally and be comfortable with Goosen and doing his thing, that's all I care. As long as the kid's happy and he's back to his thing, that's all I really care about. That's all in the past. What's up, Carlo Mendoza? Shout out, Carlo Mendoza, one of the subscribers on my voice channel, Johnny Boy Boxing. You all need to go follow him because Johnny is the real deal. Joe Goosen, I used to train warriors. Now I'm training fucking. You said it, Carlo Mendoza. You saying it, not me. You saying it. Things change, man. You right about that. H Model says, Carlos, salute too, man. Salute from H Money. You got everybody that loves you, Carlos. It's all good, man. God bless you, Carlos. And like I said, thank you for coming on here, man. I go to Johnny's channel late at night when I'm alone and in bed. I love watching his channel. I sometimes watch his videos like 100 times because he calls it the way he calls it. Like he was saying, the fight with Golovkin and Murata is a big fight, and people are not really saying much about it. I mean, Johnny calls things out the way he does. He doesn't give a fuck. And what I like about Johnny, people can say whatever they want about Johnny. He's crazy. He has arguments with channel. He does whatever. But one thing Johnny knows, and I'm going to give him the respect, he knows his damn boxing. That's what I'm going to give respect. He knows his boxing from here to yesterday. He got better memory than me. But I got to give respect to that. So I respect that channel a lot. And I still got to get him, I promised him a Dolphin shirt. So I got to get him a Dolphin shirt. I'm waiting for my taxes so I can get him a big, I promised him I was going to get him a Dolphin shirt from here. So I'm still with that. But Carlos, man, take care. H Money says hello to you. Respect to you too. What's up, Damien Slayer? How you doing, man? Just talking boxing. Well, there's a lot of box fighting going on this weekend. You got Erickson Lubin against Sebastian Fundora. You got Ggg against Murata. You got what's the other? There's another third fight. I can't think right now. I got it right here. See, I told my mind is bad. There's another fight called Ryan Garcia fighting Tago. There's a lot of fights going on. Tony Boswell, much respect. True School Sports in the chat stopped in to show your support and hit the like button. Salute. Thank you, Tony Boswell. God bless you too. Thank you for coming in here. My son's still in Las Vegas. He'll be back sometime, probably next week. He's going to a wedding this week. I don't know how much we're going to hear from him this week, and I'm going to go live. Maybe he'll chime in with me or before the week. But thank you for showing your support. God bless you. May God always bless you, and thank you again. Justin, but you come on this channel every day. You tell me the same thing that you're always working out. You got to rest that body, man. You're going to break it down too much. You won't be able to do anything. So you got to get some rest too. Enrique Luna, Pops, I got Ryan, but there will be some ring rust, and you're right. He got to watch out for Campbell's special. Yeah, man. He's what I've been watching his and everything he works out. I don't understand, and I get it. And I gotta respect Joe Goosen. He's actually in there and he's giving all these repetitions. But then he brings that stupid thing in there, the thing he always uses for his speed bag or whatever it's called. He's punching everything. But if you notice, Ryan, he does the same thing every single time on that. He puts his high left hand across his left cheek, and then the right hand on the left side, on the right cheek, and then the right hand on the right cheek, and the left hand he keeps low, and then he does the same thing. He just covers himself up with one hand here, and he just does his speed bag. That's not gonna help you when you're in there with that's not gonna help you when you're in there with a awkward fighter. That punching back helps you a lot, and I'm glad he's comfortable, and I'm glad Goose is getting the rest of him, but he's gonna get fucking exposed when he fights a top level fighter. You think Luke Campbell expose him? He's gonna get fucking exposed if he doesn't change and realize you gotta get in there and do your thing. It's not just going running. It's not just going on social media. It's not just telling you want to eat. It's not just telling you about this. It's not about all that stuff. And I understand that Goose is trying to get the best of him because he doesn't want to get into no kind of verbal craziness with him. But at some point, you got to say, we got to change this a little bit around. I'm an old school. I'm a Hall of Famer. I trained Holyfield. I trained Nunn. I done all this stuff. You need to listen to me. That's great, but we got to change that sometime. And he's not doing that. So I know he got him there for the frame of mind, but honestly, he's got to do. He's going to get exposed just like Luke Campbell got him. He's going to get knocked out by the fucking right. Whoever's got a good right shot to hit him, it's going to knock him the fuck out. That's just me calling it. If Devin loses the first fight, does he get a rematch clause for a second fight? Or I think it's both. I think it's a rematch. That's why his dad said on the interview. If you watch the interview that they had live when he in Los Angeles from Australia, when they had Kambosos there at Marvel Stadium, his dad said that's why they signed for to be there for two. They're not just there for one fight. They're there for the two-fight rematch. His dad came out and said it, and he also clarified. We've been here. We've been in the game for 15 years. We started going to Mexico to get fights all the way to the top. So this is not like a one-day thing. So yeah, it's from what my understanding and the way his dad said it in the interview. If you watch it, his dad just said we signed for two. He came out was fighting back to Kambosos. Yeah, that's why we took two rematches because we want to beat you. So yeah, I think it's a rematch for both of them. But for David Haney, I'll be honest with you. Forget the two rematch, Tony. I want him to go in there and fucking rip his throat out. You got to, man. It's like you going to jail or you going out with the big bullies in jail and they bully you and stuff. I'll tell you the story. One time I got arrested, right? One time I got arrested, and this is a real story. and I was with one of my buddies. My buddies got stopped for speeding or something, and I mouthed off to the police officer, which I shouldn't have. And they took me in, right? So I stayed there for 24 hours. I now have nothing on my record or nothing. I'm sitting at the lunch table. I see that they dragged this guy from the cell. Two other cellmates grab him and throw him in the shower. He got long hair. He's a punk, and they use his long hair as a mop. I said, "Oh shit!" And then I got this big dude walking around the table. He's taking lunch like right there, right locally, right here in Florida. He's going around taking everybody's fucking lunch. I said, "If you come right next to me, I'm gonna fucking stab you. I'll fucking stab you. You got the wrong one here." What am I getting at? The same thing that's gotta happen with when Devin's got to go in there and have that same mentality. He's got to go in there and rip this guy's head out. He can't sit there and let the big boy, let Kambosos take his lunch away from him and eat in front of him. He's got to go in there and tear it up. So yeah, they do have a rematch clause. Says Ryan not big this fight. People want to see him fight. Yeah, because he's got a bad record behind him. He calls out fighters. He calls out fighters already fighting. Or he backs out a lot of fights. That's his history. You can have talent, but if you don't put talent up to your level or fight the talent you're supposed to fight, then you're always gonna have question marks. So we can't even say Ryan is great. Ryan has not accomplished shit like he should be doing. He should be fighting more tier top level fighters than anybody else to see what he's really worth. And I wish him the best. I'm just saying. After this fight, he needs go ahead and that was just a brush up right here. No disrespect to Toggle, but I'm just saying he's gonna have to sharpen up and get ready because Tank is a free agent now. So come on, you know. Oh man, I'm a big fan. Chris, I'm a big fan of Navarrete. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a big. I like Navarrete. I like what's his name? Cepeda. Not William. The other one. Navarrete is a beast. I like his output, his out punch. Everything about him, I do like about him. H Money says, salute to Tony Oswald. Shout out to you, Tony. Damon Slater is asking you, says, you're going to turn pro, what you going to do? Carlo Mendoza says, I'm hearing rumors Chocolatito was Icor going to be announced at the Ggg. Okay, if that happens, it happens. I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if that. I mean, that'd be a good fight. I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather see him get up and fight. What you would call it? But if that's the fight that's going to happen, so be it. Take whatever he can right now until he actually gets to fight with what's his name, Estrada. Tony Basso said, much respect to H Money Boxing. Y'all better follow H Money Boxing, man. That guy's got, you think I'm enthused? That man's more enthused than I am. And he's a big Haney fan, so I know he's chopping this up. He can't wait to see what Haney's going to do in that ring. And I'm with him on that one. I mean, I wish Kambosos is the best too, because I like Kambosos. I don't think he's going to give it free lunch right away. But like I said, if Haney don't come in there and rip his throat out, I don't want to hear shit. Because he's got to do it. That's the only way he's going to get that. Tony said, to me, David has to be superior in every category. He can't allow Kambosos to even look. You're right. That's a great point, Tony Basso. Exactly what you just said right there. And the thing about it is, because like I'm very like I like to see aggressiveness and knockouts, but let's not get it twisted. David Haney is a very talented fighter with a lot of tools in the toolbox. He just hasn't had time to prove or to show it. He wins his fights, he does his thing, but in this fight right here, he's got to do what you said. And I'm gonna repeat it again. To me, David has to be superior in every category. He can't allow Kambosos to even look. You're right. That's what I'm saying. And it already started when he told Kambosos, "Don't call me a boy, and don't call me a kid. I'm gonna show you when I get in the ring." So he needs to bring that energy into the ring. Sessa says, Ryan is just average boxer. His best asset is speed and potential. He's very talented. He's got a power. He's got a punch too. Don't get it twisted. I just think that to me, you can telegraph him. And all his stuff is very repetitive and very like you can just see what he's gonna do in the next move, whatever. And that's why Luke Campbell caught him twice. So I mean, that's gonna be his downfall when he fights bigger fighters. Trevor, good child. How you doing, man? Shout out to you. He says ferocious gonna eat that dude up. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not. I'm not doubting that. That's why he's got all the belts. I'm just saying he worked all his life to get all these belts. Do you think he's gonna give them away? Hell no. Everybody thought I'm playing double again. Everybody thought that Kambosos was the underdog in a lot of his fights, right? But he's done everything right. When he fought Teofimo, he was the biggest fucking underdog. What did he do? He fucking beat him down like a meat at a meat butcher at a meat thing at a meat store. So what do you think he's gonna do? What do you think he's gonna do to Haney if Haney don't come in there and gain his respect right away? He's gonna do the same thing that he did to Teofimo to Haney. And mark my words. If you go in there, you be soft or you out of your game anyway, just like Tony Boswell said, he's actually right. If you go in there and try to sleep on that, that ain't happening. So good luck to him this fight against Tago. Don't sleep on Tago. But I just think that he's got to step up his competition. He's got a long way to go to show me that he's actually cream of the crop because he hasn't fought the top talent, and that's being honest, in the division. Milky Way. Do you think Blair Cobb should never fight on a big stage again after his last? No. I think he's actually good for boxing. One thing about Blair Cobb, my son just made a video on it. But one thing I like about Blair Cobb, he brings excitement to boxing. He talks that shit. He calls attention to himself. He does a lot of things a lot of boxers don't do. They don't know how to promote themselves. And you guys go also follow Paulie's TV. Paul Malajani. He talks about he's got a video in there that says he needs to go ahead and boxers need to know how to promote themselves. So yeah, I'm a big still fan of Blair Cobb, but he loses or not because I like what he brings besides to the table. He brings that excitement. He brings that talk. He brings something that will get the fans chirping. Yeah, Tony, he has some power. I'm not saying he doesn't have any power. The only thing that I see wrong with him, Tony, and I've been watching, and everything I've been watching, every time I study him and I watch him, it's that freaking, he keeps his out. He was saying that he's like Joe Louis, and he's like all these fighters that keep the strong hand down, and then they come up. But you can't do that if you have a quicker fighter in front of you, that's very talented at your level. Like Luke Campbell exposed him and knocked him down with that right. It could happen to him again. And every time I see that. Even when he was working out today, what was he doing? He was doing the same theatrical, the same shit he does all the time. He's keeping that fucking left hand down, the right hand up by his right cheek, and the same thing. He's gonna get caught again when he moves up in competition. I don't know much about him, but some probably knows more about him. Milky Way. I don't know nothing about him. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of that's I mean, we got the Ryan Garcia, we have Lubin against Fundora, and on the undercard you got Mosley Jr. against Ggg Rosado. That's gonna be a nice fight there, right? And then Murata and Golovkin, you got two good guys going at it trying to get that big money payday to fight Canelo. And on the undercard, you got Nakatani fighting on the undercard. So there's a lot of boxing going on, guys. I don't know who you guys favor, who you guys want. I think Fundora's gonna bring it to a Lubin, but I think Lubin's gonna go in there. If he breaks that tree down, he's gonna find a way to break that tree down. He's got to do that, and that's not gonna be easy task to ask from him to go in there and literally go ahead and Lubin to go break that down. He's gonna take some licks, but he's gonna have to do something. Yeah, he's got a nice left hook. That's nice, but he needs to protect him. You got to protect his. He got the left hook open. He's open. He doesn't have cover. He doesn't have it up here. He's got it right here in the middle, and he leaves this open for the right hand to the corner. And the right hand is gonna knock the shit out of him. That's what's gonna end up happening. If he keeps going the way he's going, somebody's gonna catch him with that. I'm just saying. I'm not hating on him. I'm happy for him, but that's what I'm saying about that. Yeah, but I think Fundora's gonna come in there. I think Fundora's gonna use his length because he's got his arms like huge, long length, reach. Got that. He's got the height, and you would think that he's awkward, but he's got some power in his punches too. So, I mean, this is the Fundora. I mean, Lubin is saying that Lubin came out and was saying that that this is his come out fight to show that he's the 154 king. That if he beats Fundora, that's gonna make him better. One of the biggest things, biggest fighters in 150. Bullshit. The biggest fighter 154 right now that I like his name is called Jamel Charlo. That's the motherfucker right there, not you, Lubin. You got put to sleep by Charlo. You got put to sleep, and you want that fight again, which I don't care if you get it. But you can't say that if you beat the Fundora that you're up there in the same level as Jamal Charlo. who I honestly think is a tougher fighter in the 154 than you are. You have any goals? But we all should have goals in life. Believe it or not, whatever how small, how short they are, we all gotta have goals in life. Okay, we have to have goals. Yeah, I got goals. I want my health to get better. I gotta work to get there to get my health better. I got my heart. I got a freaking some kind of thing in my heart now. So the goal for me is to make the world better. Talk to you guys and agree and disagree. But at the end of the day, it's all boxing. But outside boxing, I'm a human being that wants to be treat everybody the same with some respect. Damon Slayer says, "You're telling the truth. He's defense always been leaky, but that left hook is money. Ryan should have improved on his defense a long time. Yeah, he's gonna get caught. I'm telling you, if it don't happen this fight, it's gonna happen sooner or later. When he steps up on the level, when he's fighting a Tank Davis, or he's fighting a crazy guy like Rolly Romero, or he's fighting or Lomachenko for that matter, or anybody, they're gonna catch him. Boom, right there. He keeps that fucking left hand low and it pisses me off every time I see it. And I'm not even a coach. If Haney wins and Shakur wins, who would you rate higher? One is undisputed, the other is two-time champ and a unified champ. Me, in my heart, I'll give the respect to Haney for winning the belts and being a full undisputed. But if they ever fought, I'm taking Shakur. Shakur is way too talented. Brings a lot more to the game than Haney, and that's not disrespecting Haney. He's quicker. He's a better defensive fighter. He's not easy to hit. He can counter you. He can do all kinds of things. I would take Shakur, 100%. I won't even argue that point. I will give both of them respect what they did, but I would, if they were to fight, I'm taking Shakur. In my opinion, that's who I would take for sure. What do you guys think about Golovkin? Do you guys think Golovkin's gonna win that fight? You think he's gonna fold? Do you think he's gonna knock out Murata? What do you guys think of that fight? Yeah, that's nice to use, but he ain't no Mike Tyson, but it'd be nice to use that. I mean, he's got the cool quickness and speed to do that. But all I'm saying is, if he steps up to the levels of boxing, the only thing that I really see exposed from him right now, that I see a lot that he's doing in the gym, that he's doing constantly, is leaving somebody to counter that right to knock him out again. Milky Way say, who is the biggest superstar in America in your eyes? I don't know, man. I don't pay attention to who the biggest superstar. You're talking about in boxing, talking about in the world. If you're talking about Paul, I don't know. I don't pay attention to none of this craziness. I stay to my own. And the biggest superstar for me is Jesus Christ. And I'm just being honest. Jesus Christ, and enjoy boxing and talking it and everything. That's the biggest superstar. But if you're relating it to Garcia, Garcia is big, but he's not bigger than the Pauls. Look at the Pauls. His brother was just fighting on the WrestleMania. That dude is huge. The other Paul, Logan Paul, he's freaking huge. He was at WrestleMania. And both of those guys, how they make it through social media and all the followers they have, they got millions and millions and millions. He came into the fight, I think, with a Pokemon thing or some shit on his neck that they showed him on the thing. It's crazy. So as far as who's the biggest superstar, we're talking about social media, the Logan Pauls are. Damon Slayer says it says he would be an absolute killer with footwork and defense. Tyson. Yeah, wow, you said it. Oh, McGregor's good. He probably played UFC and everything, and he shout out to him and the Ireland fans, but he's not the biggest superstar. Not even close. Japanese look too solid. Yeah, they look good. I mean, Japanese boxing, you gotta give credit to them. They're one of the toughest country right now. The guy on the go up with Japanese boxers. You gotta give credit to them. Why not? Nathan Kerry says two schools sports is sanctioned. Yeah, I think they are. I know. I think the weight limit for the fight with if that's what you're asking me, the fight with Ryan Garcia and Tugboats, it's 139 at 139 catch weight. And Ryan Garcia, according to today when I was watching the workout, they were saying that Kusin was saying that he was 141, that he'll make the weight easy. Reed Desiree says, I like Triple G, but Canelo versus Vitor and Smith winner instead sounds. Oh my God, you know you ain't lying about that. I'll be honest with you, man. If that fight would ever happen, Canelo. First of all, Vitor and Smith is gonna be a tough fight, man. Because I was watching some video on Smith and Vitor. Man, you gotta give credit to Vitor though. He stands in there. He's the only boxer with 100% knockout rate. He will fight you to the end, and he's a tough cookie. And I personally think Canelo would have fought him before he fought Bivol if he didn't see the fight what Bivol did to Brown. He would have fought him. But after that, Canelo said, "Oh, let me put the brakes on. I'm going to take Bivol. I'll wait for Bivol." Oh yeah, boxing. You got Bud Crawford. He's big. You know he's big. Everybody likes him. He doesn't sell a lot of tickets, but he's big for his talent. For his talent, what he's done in boxing, he's big. But as far as selling tickets, he don't sell a lot of tickets. He's not a big seller like that. Oh, Michael Jordan will always be. Michael Jordan will always be in the top. What he did for basketball, Snicker brand, and everything, of course. Of course. But as far as boxing, I'll be honest with you. In boxing, Floyd Mayweather, he's still retired, and people love Floyd. You can go anywhere in the world talk about Floyd Mayweather; they know who he is. You can talk about Pacquiao, another one. You can talk about him, and he's another one that's going to be, fight. What do you guys think about the fight with Mosley Jr. and Ggg Rosado? I don't know much about Mosley Jr., but what about Ggg Rosado? I love that fight going in. Rosado stepped in with the best. And also, what I was going to say, I was reading about somebody else, a 168, 160. What other fight I was reading about? I got to get back to that. But Ggg Rosado and Mosley Jr., that's another good fight. I mean, who you guys got in that fight? You got what's her name? I don't know if you guys into women boxing. Kayla May, I think she's fighting. I mean, there's so many fights going on, man. And then after all this weekend, I think the following 2 weeks will be Ugas and Spence. Yeah, Ali definitely. Mike Tyson's up there, and there's other ones too. But those are the two biggest names. If you mention anybody about boxing, Cesar, they'll definitely tell you about. In our era, in our time, I'll be honest with you. I think Floyd Mayweather. You can say whatever you want about him, but that motherfucker was smart. Did what he did. You got to put that down. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Carl. He doesn't sell, so you have to be a star. You have to be able to make money. Money talks, BS walks, and I don't think he can sell that. He doesn't sell. I think even when he goes, if they have the fights in Nebraska, I don't think he's going to sell that much. Omega, I Smith, come on. True School Sports. Do you think Canelo's taking Roy? Well, what do you think? He's always going to be linked to that. Regardless of if we think of that or not, Canelo's always going to be linked to that. Once a cheater, will always be a cheater. Even though he cleaned it up, he did the hair fossil, you're always going to be labeled with that. Even with Oscar Valdez. You think they're going to worry about Oscar Valdez winning the belts with Burchell? No, they're gonna remember when he knocked the fuck out, and then they're gonna remember after the fight how they accused Burchell of failing. He said it was a T thing. So, I mean, boxing just like any athlete. A lot of fighters take a lot of enhancements that they shouldn't, but they do because they have to. I was just reading about a fighter that was saying that he took some enhancement, something that was against boxing. I forgot who it was, and his wife was he was doing to get a baby because they can't have he was infertile or whatever, couldn't have a baby, and that's why he did it, and now he can't fight now. Oh no, I'm sorry, it wasn't boxing, baseball. Nah, you got to be open minded, and whether you want to say it or not, Canelo, you're gonna always question that whole fighting camp. Sorry to tell you, you're gonna always question it because it wasn't just Canelo, it was Martinez, and then it was Valdez. Okay, so it's like I say again, I'm not trying to shine the light against Reynoso being the trainer of the year for 2 times in a row, but honestly, fuck Reynoso. You know why? Because you can't tell me that he don't know whether the fight was not taken or doing this or doing that. Whether it was Canelo, whether it was Oscar Valdez, or whether it was Martinez. So you can't tell me that. He's always quiet. If you ever watch him, fucking always quiet. Never says nothing. doesn't do anything, just acting pendejo, sit there wrapping up the damn glove, the wraps like he doesn't know nothing. He's part of the fucking problem. So all that label, I would never. I think Virgil did the best thing. Not saying that's why he left, but I think Virgil Ortiz did the best thing. Get the fuck out of there. Anybody that goes to that gym is always gonna have that taint because of all those three fighters right there. You can't ever say, oh, they're always clean. Although, no matter what you say, you're always going to say something because you know they're coming from. They're always going to have that question mark from that gym, no matter what. Yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna say it again. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Whether you correct yourself or not, you're always gonna be labeled a fucking cheater. You didn't just cheat yourself. You cheated your fans and you cheated everybody else, and your legacy will always be fucking questioned. Reynoso's got three fucking fighters. And I'll say it again, three fucking fighters. Excuse my language. You got Oscar Valdez, you got the Martinez dude, and then you got the Canelo, the face of boxing. So as long people hate it, especially the Canelo dick riders, they will just sit there and could say, oh no, Canelo can't do no wrong. Well, I was in there, me, it was bullshit. You fucking took it, you fucking got caught. You got suspended. You took the test and whatever the fuck, try to clear your name, but that's still labeled on you. If I go out right now and I fucking steal and get caught in the fucking store and I stole something, right? And the fucking cops arrest me and I come out and I come on the news and people know me. No matter what I do, I can never change that. No matter what I did, I will be labeled as a fucking thief. The same thing with this motherfucker. Okay, hold on. Cesar says, embarrassing if taking roids. I hit harder than Canelo without roids. Yeah, well, it's not even that. It was the fact that it came out. He got caught with the popping thing with the meat thing, right? And then they want to quit. And then to add insult to injury. See, I didn't want to get into this. I don't going to get talking about this. And then to add insult to injury, he got caught with some whatever the thing was that he got caught, commuter ball, whatever thing he got. And what does the WBC do right after that? What does the WBC do right after that? They fucking extend the amount that they could take so they don't get caught. And I think fucking that's why the WBC is a double-edged sword. But as far as Canelo, he's always gonna have that tainted. I don't care what anybody tells me. Okay. Omega says, who do you think has the best left hook in the history of the heavyweight? I think Tommy Morrison has 202nd and then Frazier. Left hooks, yeah, I would go with that. I would have to look more into it because, like I said, my memory's bad. I can't remember from yesterday because of the war. But I'd have to check into that. I mean, I'm sure there's other ones out there, but Tommy Morrison was not a bad one. Yeah, it's embarrassing. You can literally kill somebody in the ring. Knowing you cheated and you know what it does. It's just like you're killing the other fighter. It's not fair if you do this. I'm a firm believer, and I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm a firm believer in doing things right. And sometimes doing things right don't get you ahead in life. But if you do things right and you can honor yourself and get that respect, it's good. You know what I mean? Mario Martinez says, I like Ronaldo, so I think there's a method to his madness. Yeah, there is. Fucking having other motherfuckers get steroid up. That's what it is. That's fucking what it is. That is his madness to his and I have to put it the way I have to call it the way I call it, black and white. I have to call it the way I see it. That's his method to his business. He keeps his fucking fat ass shut. Doesn't say what he's supposed to say. Take for example when the time that Oscar Valdez got caught, right? He didn't even go support Oscar Valdez before the fight or say anything about that. You know who did? That I have to give respect for, even though he's a cheater also? Canelo. Canelo went to talk to Oscar Valdez before the fight and say, hey, man, after the fight, yeah, you fucked up. You did this wrong. You did that wrong. You know, you did everything wrong, but you know what? I did it. I'll help you deal with it. Not even Reynoso. So that even makes it more, in my eyes, my opinion, more guilty. So fuck Reynoso. I'll say it again. Fuck Reynoso. When I see him, have a long talk with him. I told my son, if I ever have a interview with him, I'm gonna tell him in English and Spanish so he understands. The same way Caleb explained to me in English and Spanish, I'm gonna explain in English and Spanish real good. So I can't respect Reynoso. I can't. You guys can say he's got the face of boxing. You can say, oh yeah, he's got the champion going up here. But this is the same motherfucker, the same fucking manager that's carefully picking out the sorry ass challenges for Canelo to fight. And then he won. And then when you ask him on live TV, or you interview the motherfucker, what he said to you? Oh, we were making history. Man, you better get the hell out of here with that bullshit. So he's the problem. Why Canelo's legacy will always be questioned. Did he fight the best when he could have fought the best in their prime? That's gonna be his legacy. His other legacy is gonna be he fucking tainted his fighters with whatever fuck he gave them, and they all became cheaters because of his fat ass. I can't respect that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call the way I see it. I don't know why he trains so basic, but we only see so much from screen. Listen, man, screw Rosado. I don't even want to talk about him. I'm glad whatever the media wants to do and claim that he's clean and all this shit. No, you're not clean. You're gonna just like you put Canelo, just like you put Martinez, just like you put Valdez, and the same thing that they cheaters because they got caught cheating. You're a fucking cheater too. You know why you're a fucking cheater too, Reynoso? Because you were fucking involved with them. You were supposed to make sure that they get fucking tested. You will make sure that they stay clean. You gotta make sure you train them for the fights. So you fucking knew what was going on. More so if you were from Mexico and you knew about the meat shit that they put in the meat and all that shit. So there's more reason for you also to be labeled as a fucking cheater. Reynoso, you are a cheater. Just like Canelo will always be labeled a cheater. Martinez will always be labeled a cheater, no matter what they do afterwards. And so will Oscar Valdez. You can take that to the bank. Travis Garcia says, hey, please hit the like button if you haven't. Thank you for being here on this live. That juice ain't going to help Valdez against Stevenson. He getting smoked. Yeah, all that shit ain't going to work. But it doesn't matter. He's going to get smoked. I'm telling you, this time right now, it's Shakur's time. I love Valdez. I think he's going to give him a tough fight. I think whether he's taking tea, whatever the hell, as long as he's in with that, as long as he's with that team, no matter what, all of them, Reynoso, Canelo, Martinez, Valdez, you're all fucking cheaters. All of you. You can never say that you're not. So all that shit is actually Shakur's time. I think this is his prime. He's gonna come out, make some noise, and he's gonna do it. And yeah, you all might say, oh, Pops, you just don't like Canelo. No, I'm calling the way I see it. If I go rob a fucking bank right now, and I never had that on my record, and I get robbed, and I go to jail, and I come on the news, and you guys see it, no matter what I say, you always relate to me to that for me being a robber or stealing or being a thief. The same way these guys need to be labeled. And I'm sorry to say, Canelo had all the money in the world. You can't tell me that he didn't know what was going on in Mexico. You can't tell me that Reynoso knew what fucking Valdez was taking. You can't tell me it was a non-brand tea at the store that made you get that. Get out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what excuse Martinez got, but then he can't speak English, so whatever. But Steven's gonna smoke him. You got that right. I got Steven beating the shit out of Valdez. Even though it's gonna be a tough fight. Blue I can't right now. Nana, you asked me the last time Boo Boo versus Zach Parker. Parker winning this by stoppage. I have hope for this kid. John, I'm with you. You're the gambler. I respect you for that. I don't think so. I think he'll come in there. He's gonna use that power, have the crowd behind him, and try to use that to his favor. But against, and you know it more than I do, there's levels to this boxing. And I'm not saying that Bubuham didn't get exposed. He got Leon Smith. Was it Leon? I forgot the guy's name he fought. The last guy he fought over here in the Hard Rock. He got popped a couple times, but he got out from that. He didn't get knocked out. But I mean, he can get popped. I'm not saying that there's no that he doesn't have a 50% chance of going for the knockout. But if he thinks that knockout is going to be the only thing that's going to take him to victory against Bubu Andre, he got it wrong. People don't realize when you get inside with Bubu Andre, the way Bubu Andre fights, you don't really see how he really fights until you're actually inside that ring with him, and that's what throws off a lot of fighters. And I think more so for Andre more than Zach Parker, because Zach Parker got a good Spanish team hitting behind him. It's big for Andre to come out here and make a statement because he's no longer signed with the Zone. So whoever he signs for to get a chance, he's got to come out with a big statement. I think he's been in the game long enough. He knows what he's got to do. He's always been against the ropes. Nobody really gave him any credit. I'm talking about Bubu Andre to this day. I think Bubu Andre is going to come out here and show Sai Parker. Sai Parker is going to use that power. He's going to be young. He's going to be hungry, and he's going to try to fold Boo Andre. I don't see that happening. I don't. It could happen. I really don't. But you're the gambler. You've always been right with your stuff. So you know, I can't discredit what you're saying. I'm just telling you my opinion. Sal Barajas, Sal Barajas. I'm gonna tell you in English and I'm gonna tell you in Spanish, okay? So you understand both ways. Él, como tú quieres mirarlo, ahí lo cogieron chileando como quiera. Oíste, lo cogieron chileando, ¿ok? Entonces, sea lo que sea la noticia, sea lo que sea los fanáticos de boxeo, la realidad es que si él estaba limpio como está diciendo, pues esto no debería pasar o tenía que cuestionarlo. Y eso que pasó. I'm telling you in English, Sal, I'm going to tell you again, I don't care if he did if Canelo did a hell policy or whatever. If the news came out with it, the media came out with it, and everybody came out with it, it never should even got out this way. It never should have been a question if he was doing things right. But there was a question, so he had to go ahead and go take the hair also and do what he had to do to clear his name. So I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. He's still going to be labeled as a freaking cheater in my eyes, regardless of what he's done. He's in the Reynoso gym. There's two other. When you talk to other people, the first thing they say is, "Oh, Vanessa got two other champions there that got caught cheating." What are you going to answer to that? What's going to be your answer to that when they tell you that? Are you still going to cry and fucking Canelo to face the boxing and and feel sorry for him when he brought this on himself? If he had come out earlier in the beginning and did the stuff right and told people right from the beginning when it first came out, no, he had to go take a process after the fact. Think about what you're talking about. But don't feel sorry for him. I don't. He's labeled. The whole Reynoso. All of them. Reynosos. Hear me again, Sal. With all due respect. All the Reynoso's team, the fighters that go there are always going to be labeled. And if some come to the camp, they might not cheat, but they're going to be involved in there. You know why? Because they got that tainted. They got, ya tiene eso machado. Ya tiene eso así. Eso no se va a cambiar. So you got to see it for a while you see it. All you Canelo dick riders that want to come in here, and I'm just saying or whatever. I like Canelo. I'm not saying that hey, he does that stuff. But I'm gonna call it the way I call it. And that's the problem with Mexicans or anybody that call things about Canelo. He can never do any wrong. And it's just like Bibble said. Bibble came out and said, he's just a human just like me. He can be beat. So that's all I'm saying. But don't sit here and try to be his defensive lawyer. Because at the end of the day, he's still, no matter how you're looking for the rest of his legacy, he's going to be labeled a freaking cheater. He's going to be labeled a freaking cheater and not fighting the top dogs in any division to fight the best in the top division. What I'm saying by that, his legacy will always be questioned because he doesn't go to the top divisions and fight the best champion in that division. He just says, "Oh, he's got a belt. He's a champion. So I'm just going to fight him." But that champion is not the same quality as another champion that's better than that champion. But he will never say that. So respect to your decision. Respect how you feel about him. In my eyes, as long as you're with Reynoso, Canelo, Valdez, and what's in there, Martinez, you're gonna be labeled in that group. You're a freaking cheater. That's it. Here's what it is. Cesar, what are you talking about? Reynoso camp trains good enough. I respect Canelo. Canelo's one of the hardest freaking boxers out there. I mean, think about it. For him to come in there, and literally go in there and work his ass off, and I give him all that. I never said I'm not taking that discredit from Canelo. I give him that he's going through all these weight classes and doing what he's doing. The only argument I have is that in my opinion, that's my opinion, okay? He does not fight the best people in the division. He doesn't. And thank God that finally he actually came out here and fought Bivol at 175 with no kind of catch weight, without no kind of dehydration clause. So I'm not gonna say they train their asses off, but that still does not discredit or take the blemish of him not being called a cheater. What's going on, Esmaya? God bless you and your family, man. What's going on, man? God bless, man. We're talking about there's a lot of fights going on. Erickson, the Hammer Lubin against Sebastian Fundora. You got that fight. You got Mosley Jr. against Ggg Rosado. You got Ggg fighting Murata early in the early weeks in the morning. You got the return of Ryan Garcia against the Ghanaian boxer Togo. You got what else? What else out there? There's a lot of fights out here. Just give me your opinion. Let's talk. Talk boxing here. Omega Iceman says, hit your like button if you have it. I really appreciate it. Omega Iceman says, Tuesday Force, I think everyone is sleeping on Bibble. Bibble is very technical, active, and can take a punch. Smith Jr. can crack and hit Bibble a lot. I got Bibble by stoppage. Listen, man, I watched the fight when Bibble fought Smith. I watched this week. I spent like 3 hours watching what Bibble brings to the table. Bibble brings a lot to the table, and people are going to find out that it's not going to be an easy fight for Canelo. Canelo cannot deal with fighters that are in motion, that got speed, that got range, that got speedy fighters. And one thing that Bibble has is that he has great movement around that gym, around that ring. And when you get him cornered like on a high guard, like Canelo likes to do, is the opponent that's standing in front of him, he literally will slip around you and clock you one. He's got a strong left hook. He got a right. He got everything. I'm telling you, Canelo's this fight to me is tough. It's a lot tougher fight for me than it is than the bit of it fight. Believe what I tell you that. I knew. What if you come up with some crazy comments? I can't respect a fat trainer when he himself not in shape. How am I supposed to respect a trainer to work out if he's fat? I mean, to be honest, if you stand him against Bomac from top rank, Reynoso would be skinny. But yeah, they both need to take care of their health. You're right about that. So we just have to pray for that. Milky Way says he brings a good point, which I like. Boxers should promote themselves better. I know they're fighting for legacy, but there's no point of being the greatest boxer if no one knows. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, the best way that you can promote yourself is talking. But if you're not a talker, then you get a promoter. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk. Camacho talk. Let me see. Who else was a good talker? You got Blair now. You got Andre Broner was another one. Floyd talked his game. You got to talk your game, man. Muhammad Ali, the greatest, talked his game. You have to bring promotion to yourself. And that's why I say a lot of fighters, if they don't know, they should go check out Paulie Malignani's video. And he said the best thing a boxer can do for themselves now with the social media and everything is promote yourself. You got the easiest way of doing it. You just got to go out there and do it. And when you talk up a fight and you hype up the fight, even if it's not going to be a big fight, you have to go ahead and understand that. Hey, I was also reading today, not to get off guard. Like I said, we can still talk about the fights that are happening this week. How about that Josh Taylor say he be willing to fight Catterall on a rematch, but it won't just happen right away. He's got to go ahead and take care of all his mandatories that are the sanction bodies are calling upon him. But he'll be up to fight Jack Catterall in a rematch, and to show the people that he had an off night and that he can do better. That's a good point. I got to respect Taylor if he really is going to do that. You know. One SS says, it's an excuse. How you not know what you put in your system? It's like, how can you not forget? Yeah. you called it, not me. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're right. He fights nobody, but nobody want to fight him. There's a reason. There's a reason to that, because I'm going to tell you straight up. If I was to face a boxing, right, which is Canelo, right? This is my own opinion. And I'm making millions and millions of dollars. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, I'm going to sell out the stadium and I'm going to make my money. Now, what's more important to me? The money or the legacy? One. Two, you continue saying that Boo Boo is a horrible fighter, right? You say that he's no good, that he can't do this, he can't do that, but you can't grab your balls and fight him and say, okay, I got to prove to the people why I think he's a horrible fighter. But you can run your mouth and say you're a horrible fighter. There's a saying, Sal, action speak louder than words, okay? And that's not discouraging anything Canelo's not done. All I'm saying is, while you continue saying you're a horrible fighter, my son approached you and asked you that question, and you said the same thing. He's a horrible fighter, but you won't fight him. Hello. What the Canelo cannot handle, I'm going to say it to you again, He lost to Floyd because why? Because of movement and motion that Floyd brought to the game, right? And the way he fought, right? Hit and don't get hit, right? The same reason he doesn't want to fight Boo Andre. Let's be real about this. The movement, the way Boo goes in the ring, nobody wants to deal with him. There's a reason why every time Boo moves from a different division, the division starts moving after he leaves. But when he goes to that division, nobody wants to have a power to him. Think about it. No excuses, bro. Don't sit here and try to put. Don't sit here and put a dark. I know a lot of people say it, but don't try to put darkness on Boo Andre when your boy Canelo, the face of boxing, doesn't even have enough balls to fight him. One SS says the hair test is like OJ sister being cleared, but that's not the whole story. There you go. And one SS being a detective now. There you go. Tell him, Inspector Gadget. Oh yeah. You're right about that. That's another motherfucker, Louis Neri. I don't know if he was in the Reynoso camp, but he couldn't make weight or shit. He can't do nothing. That's why I think Top got ready him or whatever the case was. He can't make weight. He can't do shit right. You're right about that. Good point, man. You're absolutely right. I'm not saying that, but that's a good point. Where's it at? Why didn't it go up there? On? Oh, I missed the point. There was a point I was bringing up by one SS was saying that one was saying that there's a cycle when you take drug. Was it? It was probably I think it was Damon said. He says not necessarily they test the difference between IPI and some other testosterone, and if there's change, they can do more testing. Also different. Yeah, and the thing about it, these fighters know cycles to all that. Don't get it twisted. There was a lot of questions for a lot of fighters, but some never came out clean. Some did. Some didn't get caught. So it is what it is. But they know that pretty good. Believe me when I tell you that. Nah, man. We call it, hey, so-called boxing. We don't hate nobody here. I don't hate Canelo. I hate the fact that he's not fighting the true fighters in certain divisions as the real champions of the champion, and he's just fighting champions with any belt when he should be fighting a quality fighter of that. If there's 3 champions that division and one's more talented than the other, then you fight the best talent in that division. That's how you distinguish yourself. Okay. I'm not hating about him if he gets that loss or not, because it's gonna eventually happen sooner or later. But don't sit here and think that I'm saying try to put a narrative on him. No, I'm telling you that he's a fucking cheater. Simple as that. You again, another one that doesn't like the fact that Canelo, I'm calling it out the way I see it. If you got Reynoso behind you, you're tainted no matter what. Okay, you're fucking tainted no matter what, and you better do your homework. But don't. It's not that we're hating about him. It's that okay with Andre. If you're Mexican, and I assume you are. Let me call it. A Mexican will not back down for nobody. If you're a true Mexican, you don't back down for nobody. If I come up to you, walk up to you right now, and say, "Hey, when you gonna do? You're gonna fight with me, right? Regardless I'm a piece of shit fighter or not, you're gonna fight me to no end because that's what the Mexican blood is all about. Okay, it's about being respect, getting your respect, and beating somebody's ass to know where you're from. That's from the streets. All right, I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Okay, so don't sit here and want to paint a beautiful picture on your boy Canelo when he doesn't do that. Okay, he does not fight the best. He fucking doesn't. Okay, I'm glad he's finally grabbed this pink skirt and actually finally bibble. Okay, he's finally bibble. I know catch weight. I know dehydration close. I'll give respect for that. Okay, he's got a lot of things to accomplish also. But don't sit here and tell me that I'm wishing he gets a loss. It's not about him getting a loss. It's about him finding a quality fighters he fights in their prime and then say he beats them. Okay. And for me, if you tell me I'm a horrible fighter and you continue telling me I'm a horrible fighter, right? But you don't fight me, how does it make any sense? You're Mexican. Come and tell me that. Tell me that. I just told you how Mexicans are. I've been around Mexicans. I have good friends in the Mexicans. They don't back down for nobody. If you fight, they'll fuck you up. Whatever they do, they're gonna beat the shit out of you. Okay, they're gonna man up and do it. They're not gonna sit there and call you out and then not fight you. I've never heard that in my life. I've never heard a Mexican call out somebody and not back up that I've been around and walk away like it's nothing. So the narrative goes to you too. Don't come in here and tell me that we want him to lose. No, I want him to fight Boo Andre. So he continues to say he's a horrible fighter. says he considers it all this kind of shit, but he won't even get in the ring with him. Okay, so I will give more respect to Zach Parker, who's gonna fight him, a young British fighter on a come up that's got power, that's willing to step in with Boo Boo Andre and Canelo, that's all the opportunity in the world. And don't give me that narrative that he can't sell. Doesn't matter if he can sell. You got millions, man. Canelo's got millions. Fucking Canelo got fucking millions. The fuck you talking about? He can't sell. You're gonna get paid by whatever fucking network you go to. You're gonna make your money. Fight the motherfucker, beat his ass, and then it's all set up. But don't come with that narrative. You can take that shit somewhere else. If I hurt your feelings, go back with your Canelo fans, because this channel, we're gonna call it the way we call it. I'm not hating on Canelo, but you're telling me that you're telling me that I wish he lost. No, I wish he would just fight fighters. Back in the day when I grew up, I grew up with Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran. Okay, I heard Michael Nunn, Barkley. I grew up with Raymond Boom Mancini. I grew up with a lot of fighters in my time. Okay, and one thing that I know is back in how I was taught is you don't back down for nobody, no matter how weak they look or whatever. You gotta prove that to the fans that you really dominate the fighter, that you really can beat this fighter. And then you can say, if you go in there and you beat Boo Boo Andre and beat the shit out of him and make it look like shit, then you can say, oh yeah, he's a very horrible fighter. But you cannot say that until you take the action and you sign that dotted line to fight him. And fuck the paycheck. I don't care about that. Boo Boo Andre's gonna make $1 million something on this fight over here with Zach Parker. So he's still gonna live comfortably, whatever. So I don't care what this game. The thing is, if you, legacy to me is proven by fighting the top fighters in their prime and at their best. Not sitting there and putting a label on somebody. The Charles, another one. The Charles the same way with Boo Boo Andre. Oh no, talking all kind of shit about Boo Boo Andre, right? But now that Andre's still there, nobody's doing something. Another freaking Mexican. You want to talk about another Mexican? Fucking Jaime Munguia. That motherfucker, the shittiest Mexican fight I can ever see. 38-0. 38-0. Didn't fight Boo Boo Andre with his mandatory. Doesn't want to fight Adamas, who's also his mandatory, right? And now they want to put him. This is Golden Boy, and now Golden Boy wants to put him with fucking a retired Miracle Man. All due respect to him, Jacobs. What's the purpose of that fight? Get the fuck out of here with that. Cell call boxing again. Bivol is gonna get stopped by body shots. He's only focused on the head. That's what Russians are taught, and he'll be exposed. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm not saying that he can't, that Canelo can't win the fight. I'm not saying that. But what I'm gonna say to you is, and it's fact. It's fucking fact. Canelo can't handle a fighter that has movement, that has motion. He can't handle that. Canelo is a straightforward Mexican fighter with a high guard that goes to the body and breaks him down. And I'm not saying that could happen. You better go back and watch some more Bivol fights and see what else he got in the toolbox. I did a video about Bivol. Bivol's got some nasty shit coming to him. If you think that Canelo's going to go in there and go to the body and Bivol's not going to counter that with some jabs to the head or whatever, you out of your damn mind. Go watch his fights. It's not going to be an easy fight for Canelo. It's not going to be an easy fight for Canelo. I'm telling you that right now. I actually think it's going to be a tougher fight, him fighting Bivol than fighting Bidibir. That's just facts, man. I got the notes right here. I can prove it to you. But go watch the videos and see. Go watch the Joe Smith fight, Bivol. Go watch Bivol against Gene Pasquale. Go watch Bivol against Gene Pasquale, Joe Smith, and what I watched 3 different fights with him, and all them fights show me what he could do. And if he comes out with that fight, that same right frame of mind and movement, Canelo's gonna have a long day. It's gonna be a tough fight. I'm not saying I'm afraid not to win, but it's not gonna be as easy as you think it is. Hey man, sometimes I always say you can cheat the game, but eventually cheating is eventually gonna catch up to you. It's just the way it is. You only can cheat for so long, and eventually it's gonna catch up to you. Here you go again, Salcall. You just dick riding him, and I get you. I ain't hating you. He's trainer of the year, but make sure you put behind that. When you put Eddie Ramoso trainer of the year, put behind that. I have Martinez, Oscar Valdez, and Canelo that were all tainted with some kind of steroids, some kind of shit they did. Okay, so make sure you put his trainer of the year with a resume of 3 champions that were caught cheating. Okay, and then I'll give you the respect. It's so easy to use and not get caught. Oh, I did already. But I mean, I don't think it actually proved if he actually got caught or not. I don't know if he actually got caught and proved. You make me laugh when it says. I don't know if they caught him or not. Here we go. Daniel O'Haven, I like you too. Respect to you too. Respect with Boo Andre is not Floyd. It's an insult to compare Andre to Floyd. Also, it's not Canelo's job to hand out charity to a fighter hasn't earned it. Yeah, but the same fighter that claims to have a great legacy won't fight him because he's a horrible fighter. You tell me that. So if you met me in the street and I ran up on you and you knew and you knew that I was a piece of shit, but you won't fight me. All right? Put that in your mind for a minute. Put that what I just told you in your mind. Okay? No, he's not Floyd. I never said Boo Andre was Floyd. But the movement that Boo Andre brings in the ring is very difficult and there's a reason why he hasn't fought him. There's a reason. You can cut it, shape it however you want. But if I was a champion, how I was brought up back in the day, if I'm the best fucking fighter or I'm the best competitor, I want to fight the best. And if anybody's calling me out, I'll take him in the ring and beat the shit out of him. It don't matter. I'm just gonna make money either way. The fact of the matter is, you got the face of boxing saying he don't want to fight him, but all he can say for an excuse is he's a horrible fighter. Well, if he's a horrible fighter, why is he a two-time champion, right, and still undefeated? And don't give me this bullshit. Oh, he hasn't fought nobody. He hasn't done nothing. That has nothing to do with you saying, okay, let me fight you in the ring and prove you wrong. Let me fight you in the ring and prove you wrong. That's all I ask. But you guys, all these Canelo fans, get hurt every time we talk about Canelo. I give him his props. What he's doing is crazy, going up the weight class. He's done a lot. I'm not trying to put it, but don't sit here and try to put darkness on Boo Andre when Boo Andre calling this guy out, and not just Boo Andre, a lot of other fighters, and he doesn't want to fight him. If he fought Benavidez, I'm gonna tell you right now, I like Benavidez. I think Benavidez will fuck up Canelo. Straight up. Benavidez will get fucked up by Canelo. Straight up. But don't sit here and come on the channel and make excuses for Canelo, okay? Because that's not how boxing is. Boxing, you fight the best. You fight the best cream of the crop out there in their prime, and you go out there and say, but don't. It will be okay if Canelo just kept his mouth shut and just went on. Even if Boo Andre came along and didn't say nothing. But when my son comes up to you and asks you, and 100 other media outlets ask you the same thing, all you say, he's a horrible fighter for many years. Well, you know what? Actions speak louder than words. You prove it in the ring. He's gonna make money either way. Canelo's gonna get the bag either way. So don't hate on Boo Andre. I'm not hating on Boo Andre. I'm not hating on Floyd. All I'm saying to you is that Canelo cannot handle movement. And if you see him, he's fucking flat-footed. He comes forward. He doesn't go move around. He got no movement. He comes straight forward. And all his fights the same way. He gets a fighter that stands in front of him. He breaks him down to the body, gets him in the corner in the later rounds, and breaks him to the end. That's all he does. But when he gets a fighter that got movement, no matter how you want to sugarcoat, no, he's not Floyd. No, Boo Andre's not Floyd. But there's a reason why he's not fighting him. Why don't you ask your boy, the manager, Reynoso? There's a reason why they're not fighting him. Come on, man. You want legacy for your champion? You got to fight the best. Whether you fight the people that call you out. He's a two-time world champion. No matter how you want to sugarcoat it, fight him if he's horrible. But don't go on the media and say he's horrible and you have no facts and nothing behind that. John Collins, the gambler. All 13, you hit that like button. I'm just talking real, keeping it real, everybody. All the Canelo fans, you guys love it. Love him so much for you, but I'm going to call the way I see it. I'm not going to sit and shook with shit. I'm glad he's doing what he's doing. I'm glad he's fighting Bivol. This is probably the first fight. You guys tell me when's the last time Canelo fought somebody at actual weight. Tell me. Every other fucking history in most of his fights, they had a catch weight or dehydration clause. Okay? So don't give me this bullshit about, blah. Anyhow, let me go back here. Canelo only collecting paychecks at the moment. He needs to fight David Benavidez. Yeah, and I've said that. If he fights, this is who he has to fight. And a lot of outlets have said this, but they discreetly say it. If he fight Benavidez, in my opinion, Benavidez, even Jamal Charlo, because to me, I still consider Jamal Charlo talented. I don't know what's going on in his mind. But if it was the if the whatchamacallit, if he was Jamal Charlo was the one that was actually doing it in 154, that Jamal Charlo, I wanted to fight Jamal Charlo. I want to fight Benavidez, Bubu Andre. Who else called them out that wants to fight him? Put it out there. Prove them all wrong. You're a champion. You're the face of boxing. Just go ahead and do it. But don't go ahead and pick up a fighter like Makabu, who's a champion from Africa. Where the fuck he's from? God bless him anyways. But you're going to tell me that he's a better fighter than fucking Bubu Andre, Jamal Charlo, and Benavidez? Get the fuck out of here with that. You got to see things while you see it. And that's what I'm saying. He's got to prove himself. And I agree with John Collins. He's got to prove himself. He doesn't do that. He makes excuses for everything. And if he's afraid of boxing, I mean, granted, he did say, I will give him this much. He did say, he came out and said, he said, you all fight each other, then we'll go from there. Okay, that's fine. But don't come in here and discredit certain fights that he doesn't want to fight. He puts a title on them, but then he has enough facts to back it up. He's going to make money either way. Your legacy is the most important thing. When you're fucking gone, Canelo, that they're going to compare you to Sanchez, Chavez, Barrera, what's the other, Barrera, I forgot the other fighter, and they compare you. And they're going to say, did Canelo fight the best fighters in his era, in their prime, all at the time that he had to? Oh, did he fight a Makabu over here when he could have fought this two-time world champion? This guy Benavidez, who was also a champion at one time, and so forth. That's what they're going to question. That's what the Mexican people are going to question, not me. I'll tell you the way it is. I bet my man right here is not Mexico for downing the P4. I'm not that. Listen, man, I'm going to say it to you again. Your problem with you guys is you guys get sensitive when I talk about Canelo. He's done a lot of great things. He's going from weight to weight, which is very hard to do. He's gone and literally fought fight after fight. So I'm giving him credit for all that. I'm not sitting on that. All I'm saying is you can't sit here and call Bubu Andre a horrible fighter when you won't even pick up the pen and sign him. You won't even sign him. But yet you're the face of boxing. You're the face that the whole world sees you, especially your people. You know who you are, and you say he's the best. He's the best thing to break, the best thing better than breadcrumb or whatever you want to call it. But you want to sit here and just make it. I'm not. It's not that I'm downing him. He's done a lot. He just wiped out the 168 division. You're right. He just did that. You're right. He's right now. He's going to go fight over here at 175. I'm getting respect for all that. All I'm saying is, if in my time, if you say you were the best, and somebody called you out and they kept calling you out for years, go shut them up so you can prove your point. That's what I'm saying. But don't have your fan base or anybody else sit back here and make excuses for him, because that's all I hear from you guys. I hear fucking you guys got a box of tissue in your hands crying and when people call him out for certain things. It is what it is. No, Mike T, don't you got to twist it. It ain't even about Andre and me. It's not even about that. So you got it all twisted. It's not about that. Okay? It's about if you're gonna call somebody out and then the guy keeps calling you out and you keep saying he's horrible, but you can't back it up with you, because at the end of the day, your actions speak louder than words. So why don't you just go ahead and shut him up? So take your stupid ass self and move on, and that's it. Don't sit here and tell me that I just like Andre and me. No, I'm just telling you how I call it. West Coast box. I'm not arguing with you. Canelo can't fight anyone he chooses, just like Floyd did. What's the difference? The difference is, the difference is that you all make him sound greater than what he really is when he's not actually finally legit. You're right. Floyd did the same thing, but at the same time, Floyd. The problem that I have with Floyd was that a lot of the fighters that he fought, he didn't fight them when they were in their prime. The majority. He fought Mosley, he fought this, fought that, but all of them were not in the prime. They weren't. But that being said, Floyd did what he had to do. He did what he fought. You know what I'm saying? But Canelo's sitting here telling this guy, a two-time champion, that he's that he's no good. And you're right. He can choose whoever he wants. You're right. I'm saying that. But don't sit here and get your emotions hurt because I'm calling out with how I see it. That's my opinion. When I said, damn, why doesn't people shit on Amanda? He took steroids. Honestly, I think it was a good thing that got killed last that happened. Well, I think because he never got caught. That was it's a question, but he never really got caught. There was nearly no proof. So you can't, you sit there, you can't just talk about something if you don't get caught. It's simple as that. Listen, man, in life we see people get over, try to get over on a lot of things, and sometimes you can get over, but at some point you're not going to beat the system. Okay, it just so happened that the people that got caught just got caught. But it's just like Juan SS said. What did he say earlier? What did he say? He said you can't tell me you don't know what you're putting into your mouth, just like when you know last time you had sex. Simple as that. Don't act stupid when you get caught and then come up with illegitimate or whatever reason and try to clear your name after the fact. No, if you know you took something or you questioned something, especially if you're not from that country that you know that they have meat, they have all this other stuff in it. But why was it exposed now? Or when they have it, why wasn't it exposed way before? Or that Mexico has tainted meat, and be careful that if we gotta get to the fight and this comes out, then this is why it's come out. You know what I'm saying? I ate meat before, blah blah blah. No, nothing came out until all the facts. So come on, man. Yeah, but the problem with it, the problem with that, and I feel bad for Benavidez because I'm a big fan of Benavidez. My son begs to differ. Benavidez is a young, hungry fighter that wants to fight everybody, but his problem is going to be his manager. I'm sorry. As long as he's got Lugowicz behind him, he's not going to get the big fights the way he wants them. He overprices them, and then Benavidez got to come out and say something else to make it look better, but his manager is going to be his problem. There's just too many good fighters at Canelo's weight that he could have fought. It just is, yeah. You're absolutely right, Troy. There's just too many good fighters at Canelo's weight that he could have fought. It just does, yeah. He could have fought a lot of fighters, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not hating on the fact that he's not fighting. I just don't hate when you make a statement like that, but you have no facts to back it up. You don't. So Boo Boo and you can't sell. Okay, Boo Boo can and Hendrick can sell. But that doesn't mean that he can't still beat you. You don't know because you don't want to get in the ring with him. There's a reason for years you haven't tried to get in the ring with him. When Boo didn't even have a contract with his own, he was calling you out, and you still didn't want to fight before you made it this big. So come on, don't fool nobody. Sugar Ray never gave Aaron power shot. Props to Alexis for having the ball, for not ducking the smoke. Well, Aaron Brown was a beast, and I've heard, and I was a big fan of Sugar Ray Leonard back in the day, and I've heard that before that he actually ducked some people too. So I mean, it happens in boxing in all kinds of generations. I'm just saying, don't be the face of boxing and go out there and say you're fighting. Like when somebody asks you a question, like when they ask Canelo a question, they say, and stupid ass Reynoso's, right? They ask him, who you fighting? Oh, I'm fighting a champion. He got a belt. That's no justification. No, you fight the best champion in that division. If there's 4 champions, you fight the one that's technically better than mine, better in all kinds of ways, that's going to test your will. You fight the one that the fans know and the public knows better. But when you're fighting a Makabu or you're going to fight somebody on that level, no disrespect to him, and you're saying that because he's got a belt, well, damn, I'll put a belt on my shoulder and I'll fight you. Are you going to call me a champion? Fuck out of here with that. Rasta, what's up, Rasta? I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect guy here. I'm just trying to make my opinion. They have theirs. I respect everybody else, but I like to just bring light to the reality of things. I even said it to myself. If I was a thief, out there, and people know me well known, and they caught me in the news, they'll never know me for nothing else but that I stole. The same thing with fight the best of the best. So your legacy, when you leave here 20, 30 years, and let's say who's the best Mexican fighter ever in boxing, you can always say, oh, it's Canelo because he did this. But you don't fight the best, you're always gonna have that question mark. Nah, honestly, Canelo just exposed Caleb Plant. Simple as that. Canelo's broke him down, went to that fucking body, and I picked Caleb Plant to win that fight, to be honest. And I said his range is gonna be a problem, his movement, but you can't compare the styles of fighting. You can't compare his style of fighting to Bibel's style of fighting or to even Boo Andre's style of fighting. Simple as that. Until they get in the ring, but I got to give credit to Canelo. Canelo beat the fuck out of Caleb Plant, and I was preaching about Caleb Plant, about how quick he was, how his movement. So I'm not saying that he can't handle that, But when you got a fighter that can move more around that ring to do more things, and technically, because all Plant had the right, the left, he had the jab, and he had movement. That jab was the best thing he had. But Canelo broke him down. I gotta give props. He shut me up too. So there you go. I'm not hating on Canelo. Damon Slayer, why is Pops tripping on Canelo for cheating? If fighter back then cheated, even Marvin Hagler cheated. He too buff for 160. Listen, man, it's not even about that. It's when you sit there and you got 3 fighters and why it says in your stable that cheated, you're gonna be labeled cheating no matter what because you're in that stable. Okay, people, what's happening is because Canelo is the face of boxing, they're gonna always say that he can't do no wrong. The reality is, whether he cleaned it up or not after the fact, it doesn't make a difference. He's still going to be labeled in that group. And the sad part about it, the person that the boxing media is rewarding the manager of the year is to Reynoso. And look what Reynoso's doing. Reynoso producing these winners that are champions, but they all been tainted. Hello. And Marvin Hagler was not as big as fucking Canelo is today. So there's 2 different things. Damon Slayer. What you don't. I love Marvin Hagler. I'm a big fan of Marvin Hagler. Brockton, Massachusetts. I grew up in Massachusetts. You can't. Hagler had to fight his way to get where he wanted to get at. He had to get what he had to get. Okay, so Canelo's in a different level, way higher than he was. That Hagler was back in the day. And back in the day when Hagler fought, you got Tommy Hearns, you got Sugar Leonard, and you got Roberto, and they all fought each other. They'd make no fucking excuses. And they were top of their game when they each one fought each other. Something Canelo doesn't do with some of the fighters he fights. That's just facts. John the Gambler calls it again. He says Bibble was cameo, is going the distance, and Bibble gets robbed. Yeah, man, Bibble's got to come out there and do something. I mean, I still favor Canelo to win, but Bibble's going to have to do something outrageous. Just like I said, with Bibble coming to the U.S., David Haney got to do in Australia. Simple as that. You know. You know, Heaven says, can't believe boxing has come to fans begging for handouts for fighters that wouldn't spit on them if they were on fire. Sad. Listen, man, everything in life is supply and demand, okay? If the fans want the fights, they got to be made. Those are the fights people want to see. Simple as that. Look at the fight that never got made that to this day is being questioned, the Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe fight. That fight to this day is being talked about. Why? Because it wasn't being made. The Joshua and take my now Joshua and I hope that gets made regardless. Joshua and the Bronze Bomber. That's another fight that got to be made. So there's fights the fans want to see. There's always look at the Amir Khan fight with Kell Brook in the UK. Take years and years, and it took a young boxing promoter to bring it out and make the fight for the fans that they demanded for years. Come on, man. You just want you don't want the public to be like the Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis thing where they always had that question about that fight because it never got made because of selfish greed or whatever it was. When I said I don't know if Evander Holyfield was actually factual that he got caught, so I can never say that. Tyson, I can't remember. I told you my memory's real bad. I'm not saying you're wrong or right, but that being said, Tyson fought everybody. Who did Tyson duck? Tell me who fucking ducked Tyson. Who did Evander Holyfield duck? Even with that, and if you want to be that funny, I mean about it, think about Canelo. Canelo with that he still can fight all these great fighters, but he doesn't. So man, you gotta look at all that. Here we go. Boo Boo been Canelo's mandatory 2 times begging for fights. Double G been fighting. C-level fighters and soon. Yep. Sitting on the sidelines waiting for. Yep. Exactly. Exactly what you listen to. Oh, y'all better read that comment again if you haven't read it. He's got to read what he's saying, and that's what I'm saying, man. Just fight. That's all I'm saying. Make the fights happen and shut up the public who shut me up. That's what I'm saying. Canelo, sign the fight. I'm happy you fought this. I am very proud of Canelo. He actually fought this guy, Bibble, 175. I can't hate him for that. One that says, man, you make me laugh. Somebody, what I don't know what's coming in. No, I ain't find nobody in. Yeah, I don't want nobody to come. Yeah, anyways, Anyone associated with Snack is on steroids. We can't support Victor Conte. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's the shape behind all that. You're right. And what's funny, you say that with the Caleb Plant fight. We were saying all that about Canelo being cheater and all this. Now we can turn it around too. Conte's been involved with all kinds of shit. So yeah, so as long in his history, you already know about all that. It's been tainted for the longest time. You're right about that. We are just humans. Okay, them say so. One that says we are just humans. No one sees full picture. Always truth is always more ugly, especially in pro boxing. Hagler definitely looked like some superhuman character. Tyson Fury popped too, and he's fat. Yeah, well, we can call whatever we want, but if the proof is not in the pudding or he didn't get caught, that's all we can question it for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I'm not being sensitive, man, but when you call certain things, I'm just gonna tell you the way I feel. I'm just passionate about it, but that's just the way I am. I've been like that. That's not gonna change me, but it's all good, man. If that's what you feel is the best thing to control, whatever, fine. I know you're throwing things out there to make it into, but I'm gonna let you know, and that's just the way I am. I'm very passionate about what I talk about. But respect to you. I believe Bill was on steroids. He didn't fight for 2 years. When he fought Craig Richards, he looked much bigger. Is everyone on steroids? I don't know. You gotta ask that to Vada. You gotta ask the other boxing thing. Mike T says, none of them idiots are fighting each other. What are you talking about? It's not the question if they're fighting each other. It's a principle of them cheating. That's what we're talking about. What are you not listening? That's what I'm saying. They're not fighting. The fights today that I brought up in the beginning of the live was Erickson Lubin against Sebastian Fundora. You have Mikey, what's his name? Ryan Garcia against Tago, right? And you got Murata against Ggg. If you guys want to talk about that, we can talk about it. So why don't you, Mike, feed into what you're just telling me, and let's talk about the fighting. You're sitting here talking about what you're saying, but let's talk about what I just brought out. Who do you got this weekend? Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. One that says 100% Victor Conte is best friends with Vada owner. That tells it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's corrupt. Boxing is corrupt in his own way. I'm not saying that. I was just bringing up a point about him. Yeah, you could say I'll give you that. No, Canelo is held to a higher standard than you're right. He is, but because he tested or whatever happened with that issue or him and the Clanner boy or whatever it's called, he's always gonna be in his back in his resume for the rest of his life. And then even if he took the hair follicle and he cleared it up, he's always gonna have that taken with him. And then to have two other champions in your stable come out testing for cheating with the same boxing trainer, you think about that. Victor Conte out calling out people, but we can't listen to what he says. He's the biggest cheater of them all. Yeah, you already know what time it is. Yeah, we already know about Jamal Miller, and I'm glad you brought him up. I think the boxing federation, whatever it's called, was saying that they gave him to June where he can clear up his name and he can literally come back to boxing. So hey, everybody makes mistakes. I'm not saying that, but Jamal Miller had like 3-4 times he got caught. Let's be real. He got caught in UFC or MMA what he was doing, and he got twice, I think, in boxing. Hey, West Coast, let's get this straight. You must not know your history, or you must not watch the channel on a regular basis, okay? I'm Puerto Rican. Do your history about Puerto Rican. I'm pure 100% Puerto Rican. We have black in our blood. So this is not about a black and a white thing. This is about principle on cheating the game of boxing, okay? So you don't know what you're talking about, you better do your homework. It ain't about race and about none of that stuff, okay? I support everybody that knows how to fight, because at the end of the day, when you cut yourself, you bleed red. Get that through your head. But as far as black fighters, my history, I got black in me. If you don't know, you better go study Puerto Rico. Okay? You got the Indians, black, Columbus. Hello, any more I gotta tell you? Slaves, everything else. But get it right, man. It ain't about a race thing. So I support everybody that's talented. I support everybody that's talented, that knows how to fight. And when you cut yourself, you bleed red. Remember that for the rest of your life. What's going on down the Hanson? Trying to keep it positive here, trying to make everything right. You know what I mean? We know the big fight that Kambosos got with Haney. That's going to be great. Make money for the economy over there. It's going to be a great fight either way. I'm just saying Haney's got to rip. I'm being honest. Haney's got to rip Kambosos' throat out, or if not, Kambosos is going to do what he did to Teofimo, he'll do to Haney. He's just as big as Haney. Oh, yeah. How's your daughter doing, Carl? I want to answer that same thing. Send you blessings about that. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Blessings all the time, man. Pops, is Dylan White still a cheater in your eyes? For me, it's just like Canelo. He got cleared, but when he came back from the scandal, he looked like crap. I hope Fury KOs White. I just want Fury to KO White for the simple fact that he negotiated everything to get everything he wanted in his contract. Is his biggest payday in boxing, and then he can't be professional enough and Eddie Hearns and show up for the press conference. Hey man, I'm with you on that one. I think the Emperor already got underneath Haney's skin when he was on the press conference. So he's very confident. Like I said, Kambosos is not letting nobody take his lunch away. Them flags, them belts are not going away. It's not a freebie. So it's gonna be a tough fight. I think more for Haney, the young guy come from the U.S., being outside the U.S., listening to the rowdy Australian crowds and everything. But what I'm saying, if Haney don't go in there and gain Kambosos' respect in the beginning, he's gonna end up just like Teofimo. NFL players tested positive for Cluro for playing one game in Mexico. Stop the bullshit, cheating, toxic. Listen, man, I ain't talking the bullshit, okay? Don't sit here and bring up fucking NFL players. We ain't talking about NFL players. We're talking about fucking what happened to Canelo. What are you talking about? I don't care about all that about bullshit about the football. You're gonna come here and talk about game ball. You go back and play your game ball. We're not talking about that, okay? You must be a Canelo fan. So if that happens to him, so be it. But Canelo should know better. Canelo's from Mexico, right? Canelo comes from Mexico, right? He was born in Mexico, right? He is Mexican, right? So don't tell me he don't know the system over there, please. Well, I mean, if you say, like I said, I'm not saying that it's not that and all the athletes are not cheating or not doing that. All I'm saying is that certain ones just got caught. That's all, and they're gonna have that blemish. That's all I'm saying. Here comes excuse me, Pops. You're saying the steroids not the main reason. Is based on the way he manages his fights well. As well, no, I don't. I mean, you can manage that all you want, but you can't sit there and say you're making history when you're not fighting the top of the top. Simple as that. I'm gonna leave it like that. He can fight, and I can have I can go storm by championship belt, and there's about three other fighters in my division that are better than me, and talented wise and all the way around. And I got a belt, so you're gonna fight me because I got a championship belt? Please. I seen a clip of Fury. He looks in the best shape I've ever seen him. I feel so, yeah. I think I'm telling you, he's gonna tear He's gonna whip the shit out of White. He's gonna blow him away, and that's just real talk. He's gonna blow White out the water. I think he's frustrated with all the BS that White put him through, and the fact that they did everything for him and gave everything right and didn't show up for the press. Very disrespectful. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, he's a cheater too. If Roy Jones did it, I'm not saying that a lot of athletes don't do it. Some athletes get caught with all kinds of shit. I get what you're saying. I'm just my point of view is don't sit here and act like you're the perfect fighter in a perfect world, which none of us are, and then the issues that I have with that I really have with Canelo, and I'm gonna say it again, is I want him to fight. If he goes, let's say he go like right now, he's fighting Bivol. Right, Bivol beat the shit out of Bivol, right? Then you have you have all options to go. Beater's up there. He's actually come out and said that he's happy that he's fighting the second best in the division. Who does that? And I get it because Beater is fighting Joe Smith, right? But who comes out and says, "Oh, I'm just happy to fight the best fighter in the division"? No, you want to fight the best, number one. The most talented, the one you want to get so your legacy gets better. But I mean, either way, we have to go and just look at it and give him respect. He took the number two. That was only available. Beater had the other fight. But before Beater with Joe Smith, he could have had Beater too. He just took Bivol. That's what happened there. So yeah, Roy Jones cheated. There's a lot of cheaters. I'm not saying there isn't. You're right, man. You're right. Remember, says that shit Canelo pop for isn't even a real steroid. Canelo could get the best steroids in the world if he was going to pop it. It would be for hey man, money, what is it? Money talks, and the rest bullshit. What? So you're right. So you're basically saying if he got all that money, he would have got top of the top. So basically, you're telling me, pops, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Respect, man. Yeah, I get you. Guys, I'm gonna go put on I'm gonna put my headphones on, so maybe you guys want to come on live for a little bit. Oh, give me a second. I'm getting my headphones on. I'll open up for the guests. If you want to come, we can just talk and have fun. I'll be back. I don't care. Give me a second. I put my headphones on. So maybe I don't know if you guys can hear me, but if you can, anybody can come on, man. We can have fun. I'm not hitting nobody. It's boxing, man. We all have our opinions. Nobody's ever right. But I mean, it's good just to have somebody come on. So let me see if I can get this right. My headphones on. See how this sounds. We're ready to go. Do this. Here. Right. Can you guys hear me pretty well? Let me know if you can hear me. Put the mic on. Can you hear me? So West Coast, let me ask you a question. If you guys can hear me, West Coast, let me ask you a question. If you meet a fine ass, let's say white, Indian, French looking, Spanish background girl, right? And you don't know shit about her, but she's fine as hell. Are you gonna walk away, or are you gonna go out with her, or are you gonna judge her for her color? Think about what you're saying, man. Think about what you're saying. That's the problem you have, man. But God bless you. And I'm gonna open up this. You guys can hear me pretty good? Because I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm gonna open up the headphones, see if it works, and you guys let me know. All right. Anybody want to come on? They can come on. I got it open for anybody that wants to come on. I think I got it. Let me see if I got the clip on there. Anybody want to come on, they can come on and talk. I have to. I put it out there. Do it again because I don't see it. Okay. Better put that. Drop the link again. You guys hear me? Hold on, man. I want to switch you off. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do with this. Let me see. Let me see if I dropped it. I don't see it. Hold on, man. Let me get this right. I have to get this right before you guys get on here. Okay, go guest. Right. Okay, let me see. I'm not getting. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Hold on. Try one more time. I guess. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can put it out here somewhere. Damn. Come on, guys. I can't get the link. I don't know how to do it. Hold on. Let me ask my wife real quick. Give me a second. My wife didn't show me how to do this. Oh, shit. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna get this right. Then how do how do I drop this thing? How do I drop this link on this thing? I just dropped the link. Anybody want to come on? I don't know if you guys can hear me correctly or not. We'll find out. Let's see. Somebody just came on. Let's see. Okay, hello. Did you hit that right there?
I think so, yeah. You should hit them and then
All right.
add to chat. You should be.
What's going on?
How are you, Pops?
I'm doing okay. God bless you, man. All the way from Australia. Oh, I like that shirt. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Australia. Yeah. Two school sports. Yeah.
That's it. I'm wrapping it over here, brother. How you going?
Yeah, it looks good, man. God bless you. Are you going to the fight?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you got to go, man. It's going to be history made. I don't think people are saying David Haney's going to go in and take these belts, but I'll be honest with you. David Haney's as big as Teofimo. If David Haney does not gain his respect real quick, I think David Haney, get a beating of his life like he did with Kambosos gave him last time.
Yeah, Pops. I mean, I think we're going to see a new George Kambosos in this fight.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead.
No, you're right. You go.
Yeah, I think I was talking to my son. He's away right now, but he was telling me that people are not understanding that George is an animal in the gym. And I think now that he wants the belts, he's actually going to work like 3-4 times harder. It's not going to be an easy fight for anyone.
Nah, bro.
No.
Nah, it's not going to be an easy fight for Haney. And if Haney comes in looking at old video of George, he's going to get surprised. George's fight in versus Mickey Bailey Selby, he was a different fighter, but he's a good one thing you got to take from every fight. I've gone and rewatched all the fights, for the sake, for the sake, and so I know my shit, you know.
Right.
I'll tell you now, his counterpunching is. It's got to be the best in the division.
Wow, and I truly believe that 100% because even with the fight that he had with Teofimo, it was to him it was like it was a new environment for him. It was the first time he's been there. He learned how to dominate and win that fight. But now that he's got those belts, the confidence is out of this world.
Oh man, it's amazing what a couple of belts do.
Yeah, but my son was telling me that he says people are not understanding that. Doesn't matter who Kambosos fights, his confidence is going to be lit on fire. Yeah.
Well, to him, the Loma fight was a bigger fight. He wanted Loma.
Yeah.
He wanted Loma first because to him, he thought Loma was better for his legacy on his resume,
right?
Than Devin Haney. Because let's face it, I mean, Haney's last fight, he got starched. He got starched late. He was on bandy leg, walking back to that corner, and when he put his hands down and said, "There you go, your corner's back there." He knew he got rocked. He got rocked. And he was walking like he was starched. So there's no excuses.
No, there's no excuses, and I think people, and I tell people this all the time, even the subscribers. I said, listen, this Australian had to go through hell on wheels to get where he's at. You know. Yeah. And that's not going to change. And
5 years.
You're right. Yeah, 5 years. And he's been so what he's actually doing, which is pretty smart. He's giving everybody the same medicine that they gave to him. You understand?
Exactly right. And but you know what, Pops? You look at anyone in any division that becomes undisputed. Well, you can call him whatever. There's argument over the undisputed, right? You find me a fighter that their confidence doesn't go from here to through the roof.
That's true.
As they win them, you tell me that their confidence doesn't get it, and they believe they're the best in the world because you know what? They kind of got all that hardware on their back that says they are.
Yeah.
So
you're right. You're absolutely right because when I was watching this interview, one thing that I noticed from George right off the bat, like his confidence was like way up to here. People over here were saying like, oh, he's just talking too much. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. And I say you're fully mistaken. That guy when he won his belts like 24 hours. My son was interviewing him in the gym. He's in the gym working out.
Yeah. He just built. So the money he made from the TO fight, he just built himself a gym in Sydney.
Yeah, I seen that.
I don't know what he spent, but it would have been a lot of money. Let's say, it would have been $1 million at least to build a gym, to buy any land in Sydney. Sydney's the most expensive place in Australia. So for him to build a gym in Australia, in Sydney, Australia. He's
Yeah.
forking out big dollars.
Yeah, of
And
course.
he's not no 5-minute fucking champion. He's going to be here for a long time.
I absolutely agree with you 100% because I think people are, like I was telling you, they said that he become like very just shit talking. I told them, and I said to them, I said, listen, let me tell you straight up. I said to him, I said, listen, when Teofimo all the belts, he just shit talked for a whole year, didn't do shit. This guy right here was talking his shit, but he was in the gym at the same time. He has every right to talk shit to anybody he wants to. He's the best fighter in that division right now.
Facts. And Pops, you know, one thing I'll take my hat off to George's levels above Teo because George has gone from Teo to now Haney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After we use Haney as a tune-up fight, we're just using him as a tune-up fight. That's all we're doing with him. We're just going to get a quick couple of rounds in, knock him out in the ninth before them championship rounds, and then he's going to go for Loma. And then you're going to look at the guy's resume and go, oh, hang on a minute, his resume's not that bad.
Yeah. No, and let me tell you what I like about what really impressed me more, even more of Kambosos is what I seen from Tim Tszyu. My son interviewed Tim Tszyu, and the way he came out, and I love what he said. He says, I'm not here for flashing, for promoters, he says, I'm here to win championship. I'm nice to everybody outside the ring, but when I get inside that ring, I mean business. I think Tim Tszyu is going to be the same as Kambosos, mark my word.
Yeah, I agree. I think he needs a little bit more work. I still think he needs a couple more fights before he takes on the likes of Charlo and Castagna.
Yeah.
But he's on his way. He's on his way. He proved against Terrell Garcia that he got dropped in the first and he come back. And he dominated. He dominated that fight.
And I think that's just shown, and that was just a little bit we've seen from him. But what I like about just Australian boxing in general, even for Ebony Bridges, she also won a championship from the ladies' championship. Another Australian. Yep. You got Sky Nichols coming up. What I like about them, I don't know about Ebony, but I like what they're humble. They're humble, and they do it with hard work and sweat.
Yeah, that's how we get shit done.
Yeah,
that's see, we come from a generation of like factory workers, and you know, like Australia, our economy is built by the blue collar worker. You know, not the white collar. We're more blue collar workers, so a lot of us have that upbringing of being grateful for everything we got. You know, and don't let anything get to your head, because as soon as it gets to your head, I think you've lost the battle. Yeah. But hey, we haven't unleashed our biggest monster yet. We got two monsters. We got two monsters coming, and I'll tell you what, George, want to watch out. And there's only one guy that's going to stop him, and that's Harry Garcia, another Australian.
Wow. Are you serious?
Another lightweight. He just won his second. He's only had 2 pro fights.
Yeah, there's another guy I like in the lightweight division that my son interviewed. Starts with a P. He's very popular in Australia too.
Liam Paro.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
What do you think about him?
Liam's good. Liam's solid, very solid fighter. But this Harry, he's just like he won the bronze medal in the Tokyo Olympics. And he's just, look at him. Man, you got to watch. There's not much on him online. I'm trying to follow.
I followed the Australian channel. I got one Australian channel that I follow here. It's called Australian Boxing. I follow them, but give me his name again, because I want to look up him. I want to talk about him.
His name's Harry Garcia. Garside. Yeah. I'm telling you,
get my pen right here. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna write it down right now. Give me a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this guy is
Harry Garcia. Harry
Garcia. You got it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna look into him. What weight class is he? You know,
lightweight.
Okay, lightweight.
That's what I mean. He's coming from Georgia's belts, but we're keeping him here in Australia.
Oh wow! So what do you see more about him that the style that he has that would actually beat a tough fighter like Kambosos? Because Kambosos is very hard.
Well, I see he's had 2 pro fights, and in the Olympics, I just see he was just a cut above everyone. And Olympics isn't a very good gauge going from amateur to pro, but I'll tell you what, when you look at their styles, and styles make fights, you look at this kid's style, mate, he is a league above any pro in this country. Right. Any pro. They just put their number one, because he just won last night. We had the Australian title. Harry won the Australian title.
Okay,
and mate, I'm telling you, this kid he just put on a boxing clinic. He didn't. His first fight went, I think, 1:30, and he knocked him out.
Yeah.
This second fight, he wanted to be tested, and he went 10 rounds.
Yeah.
And every round, he was just, and he comes in, he does like a 3-hit combo. He counters brilliantly, and he steps. He's got the best step to the right, step to the left, and just keep hitting them before they even realize they were calling him the ghost. Garcia the ghost.
Wow. Is his stature the same, built like Kambosos, or bigger? Like, is he bigger?
Tall and skinny. Yeah, he's skinny.
But he's got power.
Poor man. He's the real deal. I was telling BT about him. And
wow.
I said, this kid, you got to watch. I sent him a screenshot because the fight was on yesterday, and I watched the fight on cable last night.
Okay.
And, man, he just put on a clinic, and he won 9 rounds to 1. Like, I think they gave the guy the first round just to feel sorry for him, because and Manuel Matet, the guy he fought, he's a Sudanese lad. He's a Sudanese-born, Sydney-raised kid, but man, he was no joke. This kid, he can fight.
Yeah. Wow.
He can fight, but Harry is just that next level above. He really is. He really is.
My son usually makes like a lot of prospect videos. That's what he's also good for on the channel. Yeah. He's not here right now, but
he's got to look at Harry.
No, I'm going to tell him. He's probably going to check out my live when I cut off of it, and he's going to watch this interview that we had. And I'm going to tell him, listen to what this guy do. Check this guy out. I'm going to check him out because I think
yeah, man.
I'm getting the information right from home, from you.
You want to know something funny? You know how Lomachenko did that dancing when he was younger and he quit boxing?
Yeah. Okay.
Harry Garcia did ballet.
Oh wow. Okay. So that all plays into
ballet. And he's a plumber by trade, right? He's a plumber, but he's got ballet in his back pocket. He's the man.
And let me tell you, by you saying that, what I like about that is already telling me he's got strong legs, very strong.
Good, really good movement, Pops. Like I'm talking, his coach. You know, I watched the whole card right of this fight, and it was actually a really good card. I thought it was going to be really crap, but Jeff Fennick had 3 fighters. You remember Jeff Fennick? Jeff Fennick. He's the old. He was. I think it was 30-something years ago. He won his title in the same building. Last night. Yeah, Jeff Fennick. He was friends with Tyson actually, but he was only. I think he was a flyweight. Right. But he's now a trainer, and every fighter that he trained last night, man.
What's his name? Jeff Fennick.
Jeff Fennick. Yeah. Okay. JFF.
I got it. I got it. Jeff Fennick. I'm gonna look it up because I told my son about it.
He's old school boxer.
But that's what I like.
Before Costa Zoo.
Oh wow! Before him?
Before Costa Zoo. Yeah.
So you're talking like way back history in Australia boxing.
In the 90s. Yeah, he was in the late 80s, 90s. Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I grew up around that time, but I wasn't that deep into boxing like I am now. But just the fact that you put me on history, and my son's gonna listen to this. He's gonna listen. He's gonna see it, and I'll definitely let him know. I'm happy.
I've told him about Harry. I've told him about Harry, and don't sleep on Harry because
I got it right here.
He just Started his pro career in January. He's had 2 fights already. He's already had 2 fights, Pops. This is what the fighters of old used to do. Stay active, fight 4 times a year, and that's how their fitness works. And this kid, he just does not want to get out of the ring. He just wants to fight and fight and fight.
Yeah, and is he very humble the same way I see Tim Tszyu and I see
exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Okay.
Real humble upbringings. His mum and dad, his girlfriend, his dog. That's all he talks about. Is his family, and he's a good kid. Good kid.
Wow. So you see him. You see him. I know it's early to say that, but what you see from him, could you see him being like world? I know it's world too early, but world champion material.
Definitely. I see it already. He's just leagues above all the pros here. Like he'll get tested in America, but I don't think I haven't even seen him get hurt or anything. You know, I've only seen 2 fights, but he just takes his shots well, and he counters. Like you'll hit him once with a jab. Like he does get lazy and drop his guard down, a bit like Roy Jones. Yeah. You know, Roy Jones puts his knuckles down at his hips.
Yeah.
He does sort of have that sort of stance, but that's when he's showing off and and when he's putting on a display, and he does get caught. But by the time he gets caught with that one, he's counted 3.
Okay.
And
so
they're all landing on their face.
Right. So he actually he understands how to counter and how to fight back when he's in most vulnerable positions.
He's got everything. And the feet, the footwork is unbelievable. And the footwork must come from the ballet.
Yeah. Well, that's what I tell you. The ballet. When I used to watch it, because I used to go when I was young too. But one thing I know that their chest, their upper body, and the legs, everything's on the legs. So for them to be in a ballet dancer, you got to be strong. So I can just imagine when he throws that power punch and he uses the power from the back of the legs. Forget about it. You know, forget
That's
about
what he does. This kid had a hard head. This kid had a hard head last night that he fought.
Right.
Because any normal guy would have been dropped. And at the end of the fight, his eyes were just huge. Like they were closed. And oh man, it was he took some punishment. I'm actually surprised the ref let it go. I thought the ref would stop the fight.
That's how so basically well, I'm just picturing him. He's very fit. He's very fit from what I see, and strong, because you have to be strong to do ballet, just like gymnastics. So he doesn't have to work as hard to get his power, just keep in shape, because he already has it in him. Wow.
Yeah, that's right. He's just one of them natural borns. And like I've seen George, a lot of stuff from George a long time ago. But I just the level he's at right now, he's leagues above where George was. Given the same time frame, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a case of like anyone, you know, does the fame get to their head, which it hasn't yet, because he's pretty big in Australia. But he was pretty big from the Olympics, so we all knew about him from the Olympics, right? And then this is how good of a kid he is, all right? This will give you a bit of background on him. His gold medal, he auctioned it off for the flood. We had bad floods. We got floods going on here at the moment again. But we've had really bad floods going on and people killed and, you know, tragedy.
Right.
Harry donated, auctioned off his bronze medal.
Wow.
And just for the flood victims, similar to what Klitschko did, you know, with his medal. Well, that's what Harry did.
For a young fighter to even do that at this time and realize the importance of that alone is a champion of the heart. He wins the people over because he's not just thinking about his own well-being, his interests. He knows he's got a heart. He's not selfish. So do you see some guys that are young, they all think about money and material things, but he's willing to say, you know what, my country first. You got to give it to him. I have to give respect to that.
And you know what? That's what Aussie boxers are. That's what Aussie sports people are across all sports. I mean, you even look at MMA, you know, Whitaker. Whitaker was a great champion. Alexander Volkanovski, he's a great champion.
Wow.
We're just really level-headed people, you know. Like,
and
we don't get that. And you know what? The guys that do get big heads, we hate them. We hate them. We cannot stand them because they're not like you and me, Pops.
Yeah,
you have to be. They're not humble. You have humble.
You can have, in reality, is you got all the money in the world and all the light and everything, but if you can't use your legacy to do well for your people, for yourself, and carry yourself in a professional manner to represent your country anywhere you go, then that doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean a thing. And the same with family. You can do whatever you want. You can have everything. When we all pass away, we get old, we have all these wonderful mansions, all these cars. You have nobody there. What's the worst of it?
You get very lonely.
Yeah, so I mean, I respect that, and I like that. I'm even thinking this guy's gonna be better than the guy I was telling you, pro. What's his name is the other guy you told me about? The lightweight.
Liam.
I think this guy's gonna be. I just get that feeling from when you're talking to him, but the way you're talking about.
He is. He's just he's just so far ahead of the game. It's not.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on YouTube. Hopefully, I don't know if they got it here, YouTube or whatever, or they show the fight, like if they play it or what.
If you look on there, you'll see his last fight. It doesn't go for very long, so you're not going to get many highlights on him.
No, I just want to see to get a picture of how he's moved myself, to get a visualize what he's really all about. And my son will probably do this. My son will do more details than I will. For me, and I really take it from what you're telling me. Believe it or not, I'd rather hear it from the horse. I'd rather hear it from the horse's mouth than hear it from the media. Yeah, because you're saying it cut and dry. You're not bullshitting about nothing. You're saying, hey, this young kid, I seen him. I recognize talent. I see he's got good character. He's a good representative for my country, and I got a good feeling for him. Sometimes you read these articles, and they'll tell you completely something about a fighter that doesn't even apply to them.
I believe you believe half of what you read and 10% of what you see.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you hear it from down here, down
Yeah,
under,
yeah. From down under from you, God bless you. It's the real deal. So,
yeah,
I like to have
it,
you continue coming on the channel when you can. I'll try to. Like, this is my first time experiencing all this.
hey, Pops, I thought this had you fucked. I thought there's no way in the world Pops is going to be able to copy that link down in the chat. But you did it. You did it.
I did it
You
because
did
I
it.
wanted to
And
talk. Yeah, and I wanted to talk to you, and I'm keeping you here long because I don't care. I do care for my subscribers, but I respect you. I respect your family, what you've been through. I know you talked to me in
yeah,
another,
man.
another channel I was on, and I like the way you talk, and you call it the way it is. That's how old school is. You call it in black
Yeah,
and white. There's no
yeah.
friggin' in between.
And you know what? If my boy George gets beaten, he gets beaten. So what? You
Yeah,
know what? And
yeah.
to Australians, an O means nothing. We don't protect the O. You know what I mean?
No.
We go from here
Yeah,
to here to here,
yeah.
and then up here.
And
So
right, and the way your legacy grows is by you fighting the best, no matter who comes up. That's
that's
the
it.
only way you get respect. If you don't fight the best of the best, then nothing
That's it.
means. There's no worth of value for it. That's what I'm getting at. So
I follow the lightweight division. You know, so
yeah,
I see Kid Austin.
yeah,
He's a great prospect.
okay,
You know, I see these kids, and he's American.
right,
He's in Mayweather
Jim, yeah,
Mayweather's gym.
right.
Yeah, but he's just like so. I do follow a lot of these young prospects because you know when this beard is fully grey,
that that's a
I
lot of
still want to.
wisdom. That's a lot of wisdom here.
I still want to know what I'm talking about, Pops. You
Yeah,
know, so
it's good you do that because my son, that's what, like
that's why I love
talk to you.
BT. That's why I love this
Yeah,
channel.
he's young. My memory is back because I was at the war. I was a paratrooper in the Gulf War, and I went to
Yep.
the Gulf War, and I came back,
Wow.
and I got my mind like you'll tell me something right now, and I'll forget it 2 minutes later. I have to write it down because of
Yep.
what I went to the war. But that being said,
Yeah.
my son, he one thing he like the lightweights is because you get good fights all the time. They don't duck nobody. They fight each other the best.
Pops, in case anyone hasn't told you today, man, respect to you for serving your country.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you,
You
man.
should be
I mean,
proud of that.
yeah,
It's
and I've
something
been
we
through.
don't do. You know what? That's something I always give Americans praise for because they always respect their veterans. Over here, not so much.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And
Well, it's like,
anytime I see a veteran, I
yeah.
thank them for their service.
Well, I mean,
I thank them.
I appreciate that, but a lot of it is how you resonate with people. How and I'll tell you a lot. I'm not ashamed. I've been in the streets. I've been here. I've been homeless. I've done this. I've done that. I've been through all kinds of stuff. But because I resonate with people, not just with you, God bless you, your blessing to me, is because I try to relate to them for who they are. I don't try to judge. I don't try to judge you for anything other than what I see from you. You understand? And go ahead. You okay? You good? It's okay.
Yeah, no,
And,
we just had the postie arrive and my dog's
okay.
going crazy.
It's okay. I got some tea. I got 2 dogs myself. They don't leave me alone. Everywhere I go, they're with me. So I get it.
I've got a Rottweiler. Sit here.
Okay.
Shut up.
Yeah, I got my wife got a pit bull from the home society, a little dog. Yeah. So I try to judge people for how I see them, and one thing I was taught, and whether you like it or not, just say things the way they are. People can hate you or like you, but they know where you stand. That's just the way I am.
Exactly. And you know what? Everyone's got an opinion, and I respect their opinion. At the end of the day, I respect their. I may not agree with it, but I respect it. At the end of the day, I respect it.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's what it's all about.
I think if you give respect, you got to give respect to get respect.
Yeah,
people,
you got to earn
it.
You got to earn it. But I don't know you, but the way you talk and what you say it real. You call it the way it is, or you say things the way they are. And like I said, I've been to just before. Now I told you I got a heart thing right here too. I got a thing. Yeah, I got a thing right now.
Knew that.
Yeah. So a lot of my jobs, I was either leader or in charge, but I was always, they didn't like me because I was straightforward. I wasn't trying to sugarcoat anything or, oh, no, I'm going to tell you the way it is. And that's it. And a lot of people don't like that. That's just life. Nobody, no matter what, nobody, and not everybody's going to like you. It's life, you know? Maybe after we get off this live, after I talk to you, I love talking to you and I enjoy you. Some asshole might say, oh, he's just a jerk from another country. You understand what I'm saying? But we're not there for that. That doesn't matter to us. What matters is the respect that we have between each other. That's what matters. And the love and appreciation. The appreciation. That's what we got. So
you know what? That boy of yours, BT, he has got one of the sharpest boxing minds I've ever seen. Period. That
Yeah.
kid knows his stuff, man. And if you're gonna come at BT, come with your book of facts and your box of receipts.
Oh, you got to, because
man, he's got a great boxing IQ.
And let me tell you, he hangs around Holyfield. He hung out Riddick Bowe. We went to Centennial's gym. Javier Centennial is the trainer here in South Florida of Kambosos, and he'll go ahead. Anywhere he goes, he's always been a steward of the boxing. The thing is, people don't respect him enough because he doesn't want to go into any channels because he doesn't want to be biased. He says, I'm gonna be me. You take it the way I say.
He wears his heart on his sleeve, that kid.
Yeah.
I've watched the
yeah.
live fight reactions, and it's funny.
We have fun. I have fun. I get hype. I make it laugh for everybody. Even when I go anywhere with my wife. Right now, I have problems with my teeth. I gotta get them fixed. But I go anywhere with my wife. I'm always joking. My wife says, "When are you going to be serious? When are you going to take things serious?"
Yeah.
But life is too short, man. You gotta enjoy your time with your family, no matter what you're going through, and laugh at life. Because if you don't laugh at life, you don't know.
Just get up and keep moving. You got to get up and keep moving. Whatever the big man's plan for you is, just get up and keep moving. That's all you can do. That's moving.
All. That's it.
Miracles happen every day.
Amen.
I've seen it firsthand.
And you've been around.
Not only with my daughter, but also my wife. My wife was in a coma 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I've had a bit of shit thrown my way in the last couple of years.
My wife, and I mean, people listen to all this craziness, but I don't care. My wife, she has epilepsy seizures. My wife. So I got all kinds of issues too, but I deal with that every day. She deals with me, my craziness, my medication, whatever. The bottom line is just live your life and look for your peace.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? You can only control what's under your roof. This roof that you're looking at now, it's the only roof I've got control over. I've got no control over what's out in the street.
That's right. Yeah. And that's how it is, though. That's how it is. The world, that's what I do here. I come home, I stay here with my wife. We stay here. I go out with my son to the boxing. And the only time I cross that line is when you disrespect my son or something like that. But I try to stay away from everything. It is what it is.
Don't mistake kindness for weakness.
There you go. That's
mistake
you just like me.
For weakness.
That's it. Yeah. And I always have that respect, and that's it.
This nose didn't grow flat; it's been punched flat.
That's it. So that means you got a real right. Yeah, watch out for the Yeah. But anyways, God bless you. Have a good night, good day. Come back on anytime, man. I love you. Yeah.
Yeah, too easy, pops.
Take care.
And I'm repping True School over here. Yeah,
that's it. God bless you. God bless, bro. You, God bless. You, love to love. Thank you. Here you go, man. I dropped the link down. I was just talking to one of God bless Hanson and Australia and Australia boxing. Can I give respect to that? Anybody else wants to come on? You let me know. I'm gonna stay here for quite a while. We can talk whatever you want to talk. It's all good. It's all love. I did type the link. Oh yeah, you got it. Okay, you got it. Anybody else will come on? Come on. Let me see. Michelle Salo says, who wins Crawford and Spence? First of all, I don't even know if the fight's ever going to happen. Supposedly, it's going to happen. Spence came out and said it's going to happen if he beats Ugas, which I think he will beat Ugas. It just will be a tough fight for him, but he will beat him. I don't know what. I also don't know which Spence is going to come out here and actually literally going to show out. But I'm going to give him the respect and hope he wins. And he says he's going to try to make that Crawford fight. For me personally, I think Crawford's got more tools in the tank. More tools in the toolbox, and I think that Spence is good, but I think Crawford's just a tad bit better. Not a problem, Carl. Carl, we'll always talk. Whenever I go live, whatever, when I come here, you can always talk to me. God bless you and your family. It was great talking to you. Check out the comments here. Anybody wants to come on, I dropped the link now. If you want to talk, you can. It's there. I have no problem. Let's see what else we got to talk about. See everybody else having come tonight. Miss what I was talking. Kyle Hansen said the counter king Kambosos is going to start Haney. Ah, yeah, he could he could possibly do it. Haney's tough, and he's going to come in and try to prove. But he's the young buck. He's got to try to take the flowers from Haney, and it's not going to be an easy thing to do. Alapal, Canelo wasn't even suspended. They gave him 6 months. That's when he used to fight every 6 months. Yeah, you know the deal on that. We know what's going on with that. Alan Powell says Michaela fight's gonna be better than the Ryan Garcia fight. Wow, that's saying a lot. I hope Michaela Myers continues winning because I wanted to fight Baumgartner. That'll be a great fight. Game Boy says your name is Game Boy Inc. That's why I say go back and play your Game Boy system. That's what I said. I'm just saying that no, there is no system in Mexico like you were saying. But what I'm getting at is I don't want to go back to the same topic. Canelo knows what's going on in Mexico. He knows about all that stuff. He knows what can hurt his body. Come on, he got nutrition. He's got money. But that's what when I say your system, I'm your Game Boys. Go play that. So Sal Paul says Pillow Hands Haney is only gonna win by decision, but then again, it's Australia, so he might not get the decision. Nah, I don't think. I think he's gonna come. He's gonna have to go in there and do something devastating to win that fight and take the crowd and the judges out of it. He's not getting a decision in Australia. Let's see. What's going on, buddy? Kyle, they say, "Hey pops, how do you think the ring rust will affect Ggg?" I think it's got a lot to do with it. I mean, he hasn't had no tune-up fights, hasn't fought in a number of times, so it's gonna be rusty for the first couple of rounds. But I mean, I think at the same time, he's still got that power punch in him. So, I mean, you got two fighters coming into this fight that both had been out for a while, so we're gonna see ring rust from both of them. But at the end, I think that he'll edge out the fight. Southside say Haney going hounding to sleep him what? Oh, he's gonna put him to sleep. Well, we'll see. We don't know until the fight actually happened. Yeah. So I mean, what do you guys think about the fights coming up? You got I haven't heard about Lubin against Fundora. Uh, uh, I say you got Ggg Rosado against Mosley Jr. What do you think about that? You got what other fights? You got a Ggg fight. You got Nakatani fighting on the card, and a couple other Japanese guys I don't know nothing about. But shout out to Japanese boxing. Um, you got in the Ryan Garcia. You got Tago and Ryan Garcia, of course. Who else is on the card there? There's a lot of fights going on, man. I mean, it's only gonna get better. It's not gonna go any worse. So, you know. But the link is there for all eight of you if you want to come on here and talk boxing. Don't say I never put it out there. Uh, I think we all know that we got Ugas and Spence coming up after all this is done, and that's going to be a great fight down the road. And it's going to get better. I think Spence is going to come in there and actually go ahead and he's going to put a show on to show people that he's ready, that he's not as hurt as we all question him or we think he's going to be. Glad you guys hear me. That's good. Yeah, it's a lot of fun on, guys. There's a lot of fights coming on now that I can't wait to see. I'm excited. I think I want to see what Lubin's got in his tank. I really want to see how he's going to handle this tall, strong fighter in a Fundora. I think they both had a common opponent. I think it was Cotto or Cody or something like that. Um, I think Rosado was the sparring partner for Fundora. Fundora said that he gave him to Lubin and this and that, back and forth. But I think it's gonna be a good fight. I got to see what Lubin want to get. He really wants to beat, and I think he's very motivated in beating Sebastian Fundora because he wants to get that interim WBC title, so then he can get a fight with Jamel. He wants to fight Jamel. He wants whichever fighter with the all that knocks him out. He wants to fight him. So I can't wait to see that. All right, Carl. I'll make sure. I'm on Instagram. Too short. 1968. I'm there. You can message me. I'm still learning all that stuff, but I'll check it out and see if you message me. God bless. Mario Martinez says, I don't think Gabriel will lose 2 times in a row. I like Ggg Murata. I mean, I like his resume. I like who he's fought. People can say what they want, but that guy's fought a lot of cream of the crop fighters, even though he didn't get the decision. So it's going to be a tough fight for Mosley Jr. I haven't really seen Mosley Jr. fight, so I can't really give you a whole rundown on him. I'm just saying it's going to be a hard fight for him. A difficult fight for Mosley Jr. to go ahead and beat this guy like right out outright. It ain't going to happen like that. Uh, I'm also kind of pissed off that Golden Boy got Jaime Munguia supposedly in talks with Jacobs when he could fight other fighters. I don't understand what Golden Boy is doing with Jaime Munguia. They want to make him a star. He better fight. There's levels to that. I'll also my respect if they actually get that fight done. As far as Jaime Munguia, I think there's other fighters out there that they should have. They should put out there, and they're not doing it. So to me, it's very unprofessional on their part to actually come in there. Anyhow, anybody else wants to come on and talk to me, they can. I'm going to be here for a few more minutes. I appreciate all y'all that are here. It's great to talk to you. Nobody really probably not interested probably in the Fundora and the Lubin fight, obviously, because nobody's talking back. We get feedback on that. Nobody could care less about Kate Rosario and Mosley Jr. Ggg coming back with Murata. That's a great fight. I think it's going to open up things. Some channels give a lot of credit for Ggg as old as he is. He's trying to unify. So I mean, there's a lot of things with that. I think Canelo's gonna let everybody fight each other like he wants. So hopefully Andre can move on. Hopefully he signs for the good move on, sign with somebody so he can get the fights that he wants. Benavidez eventually get the fights that he wants. He's got to fight with Lemieux. You got to take care of Lemieux first. But Lemieux to me is old, so I expect Benavidez to go ahead and run right through him. So I mean, all this got to be ironed out because come on, we got to everything's getting ironed out, and people need to come on and see that. And Canelo takes care. If Canelo takes care, which he's probably going to do, take care of Bill, but it's not going to be an easy fight for him. And then he goes and turns around and fights Ggg, and hopefully Benavidez goes in and takes care of Lemieux, and Bubu Andre wins his fight with Zach Parker. I would love to see see Benavidez and even Bubu Andre, but I don't even know if that fight's ever going to get made. That damn management is always in the middle and all the politics of it. Make me laugh. Yeah, he's gonna come back. Florida's BT's home, Daniel. He'll be back here. He'll be back here before you know one. It says he sure will. Yeah, I'm just saying. I just think that Lemieux. When he fights Benavidez, he ain't winning the fight. He got power, but I don't think he's not gonna beat a hungry lion like Benavidez. Benavidez is gonna beat the shit out of him. That Benavidez wants to go ahead and make a big statement. So yeah, so I like to see. I just want all these fights to get done to see what's going to happen. And meanwhile, Canelo's going to be jumping back. I don't know what Canelo going to go. Canelo going to go back to 168, 160. Or stay at 175. If I beat him, that'd be a great fight. Oh no, John Carlos, he's got power. So if he catches if he catches Zach Parker catches Bubo Andre and with his power in one shot, anything can happen. I'm not saying that. I mean, he's got everybody got a 50-50 chance. So no disrespect to Zach Parker, but I just think Andre the skills to this game, and I'm not saying that can happen because we seen a couple fights Andre he actually got a couple people got a couple good shots and almost wobbled him. So there's always a chance. You're right about that. Yeah, I thought Bubu Andre, and that's the case with that. I mean, uh, yeah, man. Hey, I was in the military, and I went down there for when I was in the military, I went down there for it's called desert training. So when I came off the plane, I seen one side was all the casinos and everything, and then the other side was all desert. And I was out there, and it gets hot out there. You're in line when you're in line when you say you can crack an egg and cook it out there because it definitely gets hot out there for sure. Anybody else want to come on as a guest? You're welcome to come on and just talk boxing. Uh, like I said, there's a lot of fights coming up. Let me see what else I'm going to talk about because I see nobody else was talking anything. Do you guys think Bivol got a chance of beating the Canelo? I mean, I think his quickness is going to be there to beat Canelo, so I expect that to happen, but we don't know until the fights actually happen. So let me see what else in the news while we're sitting here talking. I'm not really tired right now, believe it or not. I know you all got to go to work and stuff, so I get it. So I'm not gonna stay any longer. I just want to see if you guys wanted to talk some more. They get you here on the live. Yeah, Mikhail Myers fighting what's her name? Fighting Jennifer Ham. Fucking Conor Ben's fighting Chris Van Heiden. What do y'all think about that? Conor Ben Heiden. I want somebody humble Conor Ben. That's what I want. There's a fight down the future road, Casemiro against some guy named Butler. He is. Yeah, Butler. So let me see. I'm just gonna go see what else is in the news boxes you could talk about. There's other things in here besides this. Yeah, man. So there's a lot of fights going on. Nobody would seem to be interested on the fights I was talking about, but hey, it's all good. Go check this out. See what else we can talk about. We've got time. And that's what here. Oh, you got a point on that one that says because I'll be honest with you, uh Leo Santa Cruz wants I think he wanted a fucking rematch with somebody. And that shit pisses me off, when you're talking about you know, about him, he does Santa Cruz doesn't want to stand up and fight other fighters. I mean, what the hell you think? You're gonna get a free check every time you go out and fight? Come on, man. You know? Yeah, so that's what you gotta look at, shit like that. He doesn't come out and want to fight other fighters, which pisses me off. It pisses me off that Santa Cruz all he wants is a paycheck. It's bullshit, if you ask me. He should be out there trying to fight the best of the best and do it the right way. He wants to get more paycheck. Fuck him. See, I'm checking out the news right here. Yeah, I seen that, Leo. I seen that one that says I just checked it out. But you just told me. I like what Josh Taylor said, guys. Josh Taylor wants to fight Catterall again. I think that Josh Tayller at 140 he got he didn't win that fight with Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall should have been undisputed, but for this Jack Taylor, I mean Jack Taylor, Josh Taylor coming out and saying that he wants to get eventually fight him after he fights is mandatory. I'm happy for that because it still gives a chance for Jack Catterall to go ahead and fight him if he defeats Todd and get his chance. Do you hate all PBC fighters? I don't hate PBC fighters. I just hate the fact that Al Heyman keeps them all on the shelf. You can't do that when you got talented fighters. If he gets to sign Bubu Andre, he just signed what's his name? Alice, Rashi Alice. I hope he puts him to the big fights because that guy's talented. Don't let him sit on the shelf. And I know all the fighters say thank you, Al Heyman, and they buy real estate and all this stuff. He gets them in the right place, but get some of these fights to a big fight, especially Alice. I want to see him fight. Says honestly, the fight can go either way. Leo can outbox, or Leo can get knocked out. Well, we'll see. Leo, I just want him to step up and fight somebody because what happens with Leo Santa Cruz, he likes to just fight his rematch fight or fight all the fighters that he already fought. Come on, man, step up to the plate. Yeah, Marvin, I want to see that. When Taylor came out and said that, just the simple fact that he's even saying that, he's actually acknowledging that, hey, you know what? I got to show the fans that I want that fair and square. Unfortunately, it can't get done right away, but at least bringing it out there. So you got to give respect to Josh Taylor. I like what Sugar Hill said. Sugar Hill was talking about Tyson Fury. He doesn't believe that Tyson Fury is going to retire, and I don't think so too. Fury, a lot of times, he just wants to talk and bring exposure to his name. When I sent my application to work at Golden Boy, I'll make sure to check Mexican. You make me laugh, man. You kill me. Oh my God, you got me rolling. Oh shit. What do you guys think about Joe Joyce fighting Joseph Parker? I'll be honest with you, I'm not really excited for that fight. If that fight ever happened, I'm not really excited for that fight at all. And I'll be honest with you, Joe Joyce fighting uh fighting Zach Parker, I'm not excited for that fight. I want to see Joe Joyce step up and fight bigger fights. John Collins says you talking about Santa Cruz getting old? I don't think he's old. He's not that old. He can still fight some big fighters. He just got to get out and do it. I just don't like the fact that when the big fights come up, and they're often the fights, he's coming up with some kind of bullshit excuse. Oh, Canelo. I was reporting on Boxing Scene. I'm reading right now. It says Team Canelo will explore better fight, better with Smith winner if Golovkin loses or suffers injury. Oh wow! So basically, Canelo's team has got Reynoso's team, and Canelo's saying that if G loses to Murata, Canelo's going a different route. He's not going to fight Murata. He's going to go ahead and fight the winner of Joe Smith and beat him. And nobody's talking about that fight. What do you think about that fight? Joe Smith is a dog. I ain't gonna lie. He's good and everything. I just think that I don't see Berry losing a lot of fights, man. That guy can take pain and he can bring it too. So okay. I give credit for that. Leo started on 18. Okay, respect to him. Yeah. So Joe Smith fighting. If Joe Smith fights the winner, if Canelo's already put that in their mind, that's coming on next. He's basically saying he's going to go ahead and fight. If Golovkin loses to Murata, which I don't highly think he's going to do that, but if he does, he's saying that they might fight the winner of Berry Smith. But I don't even believe that, to be honest. I think he'll go a different route. Yeah, the Storm is coming back too. The Storm Alvarez is coming to cruiserweight. He wants to come with a trilogy. Now that'd be a great fight. Two old men go. I mean, he's not old. Kolova's old though. So if they were to fight, I think Alvarez would beat the shit out of him. I want Joseph Parker to get knocked out. He's another bitch who rematch in Ocho like Leo. Yeah, man. I mean, Joseph Parker's been around. He's fell off in boxing. So, but I mean, how many more times are you gonna get title fights or get second chances and you underperform and you don't beat your opponents convincingly? Come on, man. You well off, man. Give somebody else a chance. Felix Twitter that was saying that Felix Twitter of Puerto Rico was saying that he thinks Ugas will beat Spence. We don't know. He's getting the Latin support. That's what Latino support. That's all. That's all that is. So yeah, so I mean, Parker to me, he's had a lot of fights, and I'm just tired of just hearing the same thing about him. I mean, he gets all these fights and blah blah. He underperforms, if you ask me. Really does. Oh, that's actually being made. I mean, in a way, it's good because at least we have what's the name? We finally have Reese getting up his ass and fighting somebody. Even though I don't think that I'll be honest with you, I don't think that him fighting Chisero is like the best fight for him when he could have fought. He actually could have fought King Kong Ortiz, and he turned that down. So that I mean, Chisero wants that fight, and I get it. It'd be a great fight, and he's crazy. But Andy Ruiz could have fought a better opponent. No disrespect to what's the name on UK. I'm not gonna say he retired too young. He did what he had to do, but I think what he made the biggest mistake. Sometimes a lot of these fighters put the trust in a lot of managers and to control their money and everything. And one of his managers ran away with a lot of his money. You can't do that, man. You're out there putting risk in your life. You gotta know where your where your where your money's at. You can't just depend. It happens all the time in boxing, but promoters too. They rob some of the fighters wrong. Even when they get paid, they get underpaid. So you got to be careful with all that. I don't know if he's gonna fight him. I would love to see that fight. I don't know if it's still gonna be made or not, but I would love to see that fight. I mean, Ortiz is old too. Let's not get it twisted. He only have a few more fights left. You want to get a good paycheck and move on. But I mean, when that fight was offered, he didn't take the fight. So fuck. When Hergovic was offered to Ruiz Jr., he didn't take it. When King Kong Ortiz, he also didn't take it. And look what Hergovic is fighting now. He's fighting on the undercard of Canelo, probably making a pretty paycheck. Hey man, I don't know. I see you block me on my boxing channels. I don't know if you talking about my son. You ain't talking about me. So don't. It has to be my son. I don't think it was me. I didn't block nobody. I might kick you off the live, but I won't block anybody. So you gotta take that up with him. Whatever you said to him, and and take the heat. I don't know. It depends what you were talking about. You come to the right place because we don't. I'm not afraid to talk. But if you're gonna talk, if you come here, and you talk race or you talk all this crazy shit that doesn't make sense with boxing. Then of course we'll let you know. Hey, I don't care. I just want Andy Reid to fight somebody. He's been sitting on his ass too long, not doing nothing, waiting to get a paycheck and waiting to fight these heavyweights. Come on, man, get off your ass and do something. I'm serious. I mean, great, he beat Joshua and Joshua beat him back, but at the end of the day, you're doing the same thing all the other fights. You're sitting back for a big paycheck. Get out of here with that crap. Let me see who else. If I miss anybody in the Erickson Lubin undercard that I should talk about. Oh yeah, Eddie Hearn's the biggest liar. He's the best salesman. He talk about all kind of shit. What I don't like about Eddie Hearn right now, yeah, okay, he's gonna cut ties with Boo Andre, but he's got a fight at the same time, and he's not even trying to be professional enough, and probably won't even show up to that fight. Yeah, see Tony Yoka come back would be great. Then who was he supposed to fight? And then somebody from the other weight class said no. What's the name? The that name that he stopped from fighting, whatever. Yeah, so we'll see. Let me see who else on the card. I ain't gonna lie to you, the undercard for this fight sucks. I don't even know half of these people that are on here for the Erickson Lubin card. Ridiculous who they got. It doesn't matter. I mean, he gave Boo Boo an opportunity. Boo Boo made money off of that, but he didn't have nobody. So kudos to that. But at the same time, Eddie Hearns did not like he didn't invest in his investment the way he should have. So to me, that pisses me off too. I think Eddie Hearns only uses like every promoter does it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate on nobody. I'm just saying that every promoter does the same thing. They favor certain player. Look what happened to Rashidi Alice. Fucking with Golden Boy sitting on the shelf, just getting dust. Thank God he got away from that. Honestly, thank God he got away from that. Yeah, that was the one. That you're right. That's the one. It says, yeah, I came out crying about some bullshit. Come on, man. Making all that money, you're mad because he didn't want to fight you. So fight him after he fought who was supposed to fight. I think he was gonna fight Hogerich. Fight him after that if he beats Hogerich or whatever the case may be. But you're sitting here hating. I think right now, yeah, I think for me, be honest with you, PBC is probably the right route for Bouwanger to go. But I'm not gonna say for the last statement you said because he likes more than black athletes. No, he's got that white dude that's pretty good. Supposedly that he likes a lot. Spence, I think his name is what his name is, Joey Spence or whatever. So I'm not gonna say that. He's got Keith one time Thurman. He got him. Then he got Denny Garcia. So you can't say that. It's not about a black issue. I just think uh, with El Heyman, at least he'll probably get more fights than what he's going to get with his own and move on from that. Look what happened to this lightweights that were fighting for top rank. They're real good. That they left top rank and they were PBC and they're doing really good right now. So, I mean, every promotional company got their own issues with everybody. So it's not just one person. They all have the same thing. They all got, they all got problems and they all got their favorites and blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, you just gotta take care of your fighters, and they'll take care of you. You know, bottom line, that's how it goes. That's how it works. And if you don't have that, well, you just don't know. But like I said, I like to see Ruiz back in the ring. I like to see King Kong Ortiz back in the ring. Uh, I think Usyk is already training for that Joshua fight. I was kind of disappointed on that because I wanted Usyk to not for him to stay in the war, but I wanted really to see what if actually Anthony Joshua would have fought the Bronze Bomber. I was excited about that because I thought that's a fight that everybody really wants to see. Wet belts or no belts, they want to see that fight. So that would have been a great fight. But now that Usyk is coming back, that throws a wrench back into the Bronze Bomber. I don't even know when he's coming to come back. I haven't heard nothing about him. I think my son said that he's done. I don't think so. I think yeah, he lost. He get over that loss, and it's difficult to get a loss over a defeat that you got from Tyson Fury, but you learn from that. And if you still believe in your skills and you feel that you can be better, you go back at it again. And I think the Bronze Bomber is. I think that he's good for boxing, believe it or not. I think Wilder's good for the heavyweight division, but he has more excitement, more time, more competitive talk about and everything. So I think even though whatever happened with Tyson is in the past, learn from that, move on, get better, and go on. So I hope when he comes back from that retreat that he actually does better. What happened with Virgil Ortiz? I think something happened when I think he wasn't feeling well. For me, I think it's weight train or something. I think it was something they couldn't make the weight or something happened where he got really sick and stuff, like real bad. And in the last minute, they say his dad noticed that he wasn't feeling right, so he called it off. And sometimes that's what happens when because Virgil Ortiz is a big guy. He's not no small dude. He's pretty big. And to make that a 140 or 147, and you can't make it anymore, and your body it catches up to you. Your health's more important. They said that if he didn't go to the hospital, it would have been more serious. One it says, sometimes I get confused because Bob Arum prefers to promote European who don't speak English. I wish he promoted Crawford. Good. HBO promoted Crawford well, but said they went to ESPN, it went down. Yeah, I mean, but look at what he had Josh Taylor. He didn't promote Josh Taylor that well either. Bob the Fowler picks who he wants to promote. He promoted Lomachenko better than anybody else, believe it or not. And that's just like I was just telling you about some networks. Some networks just got their favorite pet peeve. Yeah, he just needs to move up. I mean, when it comes to you dealing with your health and it gives you a health scale like that, you need to move up and just realize that I can't make 147 and just stop fighting the big guys at 154. He's a talented young fighter. Just why are you killing yourself to make 147 and jeopardize your health? Think about that. Elder public we laugh. Euro bring money, but they're gonna lose the Spanish and black. Well, yeah, I mean, we if we're talking about like in the UK, some of those fighters are soft as ice cream. When they box, they're soft as ice cream. I mean, that's just the way the style that they have. They have that Olympic style, pop, pat cake type style. That's not really. It doesn't excite me, and you can't have that. You have that in amateurs and the Olympics, okay, but when you come to the pro level, it's a whole different game. You know. So yeah, so I'm excited for boxing. I think this week's gonna be a great thing. I think Boo finishes his fight with that Parker, decides where he wants to go. I want to see Keith on the time. I think Spence will probably get. I think if Spence beats Ugas, I think before that Crawford fight makes, I think he'll fight one time with somebody else before he fights Crawford. And I think Spence has come out and said that he ain't coming here to take no tune-ups. He's here to get fight championship. So I give him that respect. He's not going to hold up the fans anymore, and he wants to go ahead and fight the top of the dog. So I can see Spence literally winning the fight with Ugas, even though I think it's going to be a tough fight. But I can see him taking another fight with somebody like Keith one time, and then fighting Crawford. So I got to give him that respect for that. Virgil Tisha fight Patrick. Yeah, but I mean, don't get twisted. Patrick Teixeira is no joke either. So that'd be a great fight at 154. At 154, let me see. 154 got a lot of fighters too. So I mean, somebody eventually, like right now, we got Jamel Charlo, right? Jamel Charlo it's the big dog right now. He wants to unify and become undisputed. You got him 154. You got two 154s fighting right now. Lubin, you got Lubin. You got Fundora. You got, I think, Harrison and Garcia are fighting also. So you got a lot of places there. Are you right? It says, Pops, I'm keeping it real. I want to see Teal from go to 147. No offense, but nobody cares about 140. It's a way. Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. But at the same time, I think it's better for Teal Freeman to go to 140 to get his confidence back because he needs to get that back, acclimated to that, and then from there go to 147 because he's a big boy too. Haney's getting big too. Haney, all these guys are all going, so they're gonna all eventually gonna meet somewhere, some weight class. That's not just me saying it. That's what I think is gonna happen. I'm gonna see 154. Who's in 154? Because the 154 is actually my son calls it a nobody division because nobody's actually legitimized himself as a you know where's he boxing? Okay. Yeah, so I like to see that 154. I want to see what they're all about, and why not? But right now, I think the big boy right there. I would like to see Crawford go to 154. I'm more excited to see Crawford fight Jamel Charlo than to fight Spence. To be honest with you, I'm more excited for that. And that's just being real, man. I like to see that fight. That's the fight I want to see. Let me go here. Yeah, that's the fight I want to see. Let's see, 154. I'm gonna go right now to 154. But you got 154 right over here. Okay, 154. Well, I mean, you can get the fight you want, but I mean, because in every division, you're gonna have to have. You said 140 has always been a weak division. Manny and Floyd fought one fight there and moved up because there's no money. Adrian Broner won. Well, I mean, there's always gonna be champions there. There's always gonna be belts there. If he can become undisputed at 140, like a Crawford, and then move up to 147, the opportunity's there. Okay, look, we have Jamal Charlo, 154, which I think he's the big dog right now at 154. I think if Crawford moved up, that'd be a great fight. You got They got Lubin for the WBC ranking. Got Jamal, the champion. Then they got Erickson, Lubin, Fundora, Tim Zoo. That's he just came. He just had a fight. That's another guy that's good. Sergio Garcia, I think he's too old for me. I think he's old. I think he's just retired. Yeah, he's a champion or something, but he's old, man. My son tell me he don't be surprised if he gets a interim title or something. I got Tony Harrison, who I really like a lot. You got Brandon Adams that also good. That I think and you got Terrell Balchuk, Liam Smith, Malgay Kubakov, Israel Madarov. His name is Patrick Jerry Hurd. What the fuck happened to Jerry Hurd? I heard nothing from Jerry Hurd at all. That's so crazy. You never heard nothing from Jerry Hurd, and I used to like Jerry Hurd. So he lost that big fight, right? He lost the fight. He made money. What's up with Jerry Hurd? Is he even fighting again? I haven't heard. You know what? I need to Google it up. Yeah, the 154 got some good fighters in there. You just have to put them out there. You got Troy Wilson, Charles Conwell. That must be the. Let's see what we got over here. You got Austin Trout still fighting. I thought he was done fighting Austin Trout. Bring him Rosado. Get Carlos Adames that this motherfucker don't want to fight. Got Ted Cheeseman. We love Ted Cheeseman on the channel. Anthony Fall, I think he's washed up. Takoshi Inoue. So yeah, let me see what's going on. Man, I'm just excited about that fight. I'm so tired with the other fight with listening about how many years have you been listening to the Spence and Crawford fight? Like that's already done and done. It's like a broken record that's been played over and over. But you tell me Crawford and Jamel Charlo, I'm on it right now because I like what Jamel Charlo said on the Brian Costa what's it called, Standing Podcast, whatever it's called on YouTube. When we interviewed him, he told Crawford Crawford better just go ahead and fight Spence. You better not come up to 154 because I'll be ready waiting for you. So I like that fight for Jamel Charlo, and I think that'd be a great fight. He would probably have to sell the fight because Brock Crawford don't fucking talk. I also like Tony Harrison, believe it or not. What I don't like about Tony Harrison, I hope we learn from that last loss with Jamel Charlo. You cannot sit there and celebrate. How to say? The game's not over until the fat lady sings, or so she's over singing, and he started to celebrate too much, and Jamel Charlo caught him with a good one, and I hope we learn from that. No showboating. Tony Harrison is going to get her pops. Sergio can punch. Jared Hurt, fat ass can make 154. His last fight was at 160. Yeah, you're right about that. Jared Hurt needs to do something. I like him. If he's just sitting there cutting a paycheck and not doing no more, then get on with his life. Sergio Garcia can punch, but he's old. He's old. My son told me the same thing. So my son's on the same thing with you. I like Tony Harrison. I just think he needs to go ahead and focus more and get in there and fight. I think he turned out to fight. He was supposed to fight Tim Zoo. I think they offered him the Team Zoo fight, and at the time he didn't want to go to Australia because Australia was going crazy with the COVID and all that. So he didn't take the fight. But now Tim Zoo can come to the U.S. He should try to take that fight after this fight. I think Tony Harrison will, in my opinion, even though Sergio Garcia can pop, I think he's just too old for anybody right now. I think Tony Harrison will get that win. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I seen. I don't know what my son tell me. I think you say one that says that Jamel Charlo is already scared of Crawford. That's just something he will agree. I'm not asking Jamel. I think Jamel came out what he said. He said if you come to 154, and he would talk a good game. He sells the fight. It'd be a great fight. It'd be better to see that fight than me waiting for this long ass drawn out fight with Crawford and Spence. Fuck Eric Lara. That's another motherfucker. He comes out every 6 months or every once a year, whatever. He's a Cuban fighter. He's made his good living and he got the American stripes and everything. But you know what? I hope that if he fights Ggg or Murata, I'm done with him. He's just there for a paycheck. Oh, that's a good point. You're talking about seeing him, the son of Prince Haney. I mean, there's two of them. They got two brothers. I was watching them when they had the openings over there at the UK. If you're talking about the talented one, No, 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 no. I don't think he's overrated. He can box. I think he was also an Olympian or something. If I'm correct. To see Hamid. I think that's the one I'm talking about. There's two brothers. One is okay, but the other one's real good. If that's the one you're talking about, I don't think he's overrated. I like the way he came out, the way he fought, the way he was throwing punches, the way he was landing. You could tell he was an Olympian. You could tell that he was talented. So no. Yeah, that's the one. It's one of them. I don't know which one it is. I know it's one of them, but I know the one I'm talking about. It's an Olympic, I think it was. They both fought on the same card, but one of them it's got everything, other tools. I can just spot that. Why I like him a lot. No, man, the father's. You talking about Prince? I see him. He's been retired, Milky Way. I'm talking about his sons. He got two sons. One, they both came out. They were actually on the undercard in the UK, and one of them was very talented. That actually came out and you actually came out and actually did real good. So yeah, not the fucking Nassim Prince. He's gone. Fucking he's you're saying about him being overrated as far what he's done in boxing. I don't know. I think the people love the guy. Regardless, he made his money, did his thing. Doesn't matter how great he is. He's living good now. And he's got two good sons. One's very talented than the other. So kudos to him. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Peace to I got it. It took me a while, but I got it. What you're saying. I have to look at his resume. Like I said, I got a bad memory. I have to go back. But whatever the case, I mean, he was popular for his ring entrance and stuff, and people liked him. So yeah. Okay. He was shitty, but he could punch. But look at his son. One of the two sons he got now, one of them was real good. I seen the first fight I seen from him. I liked everything I seen from him right from the start. I just seen his ring, the way he fought. He wasn't one of those prospects that was scared to fight. He wasn't there just with the Olympic punches. He was literally going out there for knockout. He was throwing those hard punches to the body. He was doing the jab. I like everything about I think it was the older one. So look out for him. You got a point there for sure. You got a point on that one. Yeah. So yeah, that the young one was real good. And rest in peace. I don't even want to talk about this guy. You want to get me going on this Philip Bordejo thing. I'm done with him. I was a big fan of his, so I seen the sickening thing he did to that lady. There's no need for that. If you didn't want the child, just let her go. Let her go with the child. Get with somebody else and pay the child support. You didn't have to do that co-host thing that we did. It was very disgusting what he did. And I'll be honest, I don't think he got the right punishment. If you ask me. Fucking sickening. So I don't even want to talk about him no more. I'd rather talk about what's the name? Anybody but him, because he actually was what he did was so disgusting that who does that? I'm saying it happens all the time, but it's sick. Just because you don't want to be responsible, you had the money. Okay, Adam's the good one. I knew one of them was good. I don't know which one it was, but I know one of them was real good. And I think it's gonna be a great. I think it's gonna be real good. Just the fact that what I seen from him, I think he was an Olympian. So when I watched what I see from him, the other one is decent. He's got a lot more work, but the other one was a polish, real polish, and what I seen from him, and I won't take that away from him. Let's see what else going on in boxing. We forgot about. I know you guys don't like women's boxing. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. What y'all think about that? Just hit the like button. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it, man. It's all good. It's all love, man. I appreciate it, man. That's true. Where you been at, man? God bless you, man. Oh, they're not related. They're not related to the prince. Are you sure? I could have sworn that's what I thought they were related to. Because when they interviewed him after the fight, what the father was telling him that he had the talent, Prince Hamed, scene, whatever it was. So yeah. Danny Garcia talks also. I think Danny Garcia, for me, I think it's time for Danny Garcia to decide. He's been saying for over 6 months or a year that he's going to move up to 154, and he hasn't done shit. He's had a great career. He's very. He doesn't need boxing anymore. Obviously, he's got businesses. He invested his money right, so he's either going to do something. He's going to move up to 154 and fight, or shut the hell up. Please. Nobody wants to hear you constantly talking. Yeah, but Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano's fighting. Jake Paul's doing things, you know. So you all don't think nothing about that. You got Michaela Maya fighting. You got what's her name fighting? She's fighting for Golden Boy. Yeah. So 154. Somebody's gonna take charge. Chris Eubank, I don't think he's all that. Jaime Munguia, to me, he's another one that I don't like. Jaime Munguia's been fucking full of shit at 154. Now he wants to fight a probably retired Miracle Man. Get out of here with that. He wants to be the best, so they want to make him the best, but he don't do nothing. Murata may pull it off, but he is white. Well, he is sloppy defense. His face is his defense. Okay, yeah, he can still pull it off. Both of these fighters, who are coming off, they both were literally like out of boxing for quite not of boxing inactive for quite a while. So I don't expect much from both of them. But I mean, it's a fight that has to happen. I don't know if you've seen the boxing scene. They were saying that Canelo's gym saying that if Ggg loses the fight, they might go another route. Yeah, they say Katie only got 6 or so knockouts, and Serrano got 5 times more knockouts. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, don't get it twisted. Serrano's a beast, man. She did UFC. She did that. She's an 8-time division champion. The first time it ended up in Puerto Rico. You gotta put respect in her name. But Katie's talented too. Don't get it twisted. She might not accomplish as much as Serrano, but she's actually you could put her in the top too. You know. Oh yeah. Oh, John Collins just talking. John, come on, man. Don't play with my head. Thank you, one that says. But yeah. So yeah, that's right. Then you got the one brewing up right now with Savannah Marshall and the GOAT Clarissa Shields. And Clarissa Shields, she's crazy. She wants to fight in the UK. She wants to fight in Wimbledon. She want to make sure that when they fight, that she kicks Marshall's ass in front of her fans. And let me tell you, I love Clarissa Shields. I love everything about her. I just hope that she can actually dominate Marshall. Marshall got that power, and she's gonna bring it. Thank you, Milky Way. Thank you for clarifying that. John probably got old timers like me. So that being said, yeah, I like the older fighter. God bless you on your opinions. I hate when boxing is just sloppy boxing to me. If they don't punch hard, they need to put 8 weights in. Well, it's funny you say that because you know they want to preach for equality. Some of the ones go 3 minutes, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna go live for that, Jesus. I'm gonna get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm definitely gonna go live for that. I gotta find the stream, but I'm gonna be live for that for sure. If anybody wants to come on, I'll drop the link, man. If anybody wants to come on and talk, you know what I mean? I don't have no problem doing that. I can go ahead and drop the link again. Go here. I can drop the link, and you guys can go ahead if you want to come. I just dropped the link. If anybody wants to come on live and just talk with me, it doesn't matter. We're talking boxing. I have no problem with it. So anybody is welcome to come. I'm not sleepy right now, so I'm talking a little bit longer than usual. I'm usually gone by now. Let me see. Yeah, you want to come on, one SS? You can come on, one SS, if you want. You want to come on and talk? It's all good. We'll see what else is going on. I'm just checking out what else is going on with boxing because you guys are interested in women's boxing. Y'all not much to say much about the fucking. One SS said Murata is very chinny. I see no signs of chinny from Ggg. Yeah, Ggg still got that power in him. I mean, even though it doesn't seem that way, he really does. So I like to see Murata. Both of them we don't know what's going to happen, but I think Gg's going to be more motivated to win this fight, even though he's away. He's in Japan and he's fighting against all odds. But I think Gg's more motivated to get that $18 million paycheck. So if that's not enough motivation to beat Murata, I don't know what is. Alapal said, Michaela fight going to be better than Ryan. I think you said that earlier. You got me laughing with that. You got me. Yeah, Michaela wants the fight. Wants with Michaela is with Alicia Baumgart. That's the fight I want to see with her. That's gonna be a great fight with females boxing. Believe it or not, that's another one that's coming up. So yeah, you make me laugh when you say that. Let's see, let's see what else going on boxing that we could talk about. If not, yeah, that's right, Mr. Honda. Mr. Honda, isn't that like Mr. Honda? Isn't that Tikin promotion, the same promotional company that the legend Chocolatito Gonzalez is in? Women's boxing, Ella Powell says, women's boxing been getting better. The guys, all you guys want to be like Floyd, undefeated and good. Yeah, I mean that much we can give to the women. They might not get the 3 minute rounds, but that one thing they do, they go in there and they battle it out. They don't care. They're just out there fighting. So yeah, so you're right, Ella Powell. Well, I don't know either what they're facing, but if the fight's happening, maybe it's Mosley Jr. She's looking for another fight with a good name on his resume, and why not have Rosado? Because Rosado's fought a lot of top fighters in the game. He hasn't gotten a lot of decisions like he should have. But hey, go check out Ggg Murasa's. Matter of fact, I'll check it out for you right now. Ggg Murata has fought some crazy fighters, man. I mean that. I mean, he's like another. I'll be honest. He's like another. Agent Bourne. He's not afraid to fight anybody. So I'm checking it out right now for you. While we're sitting here, we got time to look at that right now. See, I'm gonna go to the. I'm telling you, he fought some beast, man. I give respect to him. Every time I talk about Gabriel Rosado, I gave respect because he's fought a lot of people, And what's this? Gabriel Rosado. Let me get his box rec. That's what I want to get. No. Hold on, guys. Gotta hurry up. Let's see if I can. Hold on, guys. Yeah, Gabriel Rosado, I think he's fought like a lot of fighters. I'm looking at his box rec. It should be right here. Gabe Rosado. I'm gonna get the box rec because I know he fought a lot of legends, and I just want to let you guys know why I think mostly he's fighting that fighter. Let me get it again. Give me a chance, guys. I'm gonna get the Gabe Rosado thing, which I want to get. Carajo. Okay, I want to get Gabe Rosado's box rec because he's fought a lot of hold on. One SS says Alicia says she wants to unify. Yeah, man. Well, we'll see what happens. I think that a fight is gonna actually happen with Michaela and her. Believe what I tell you that fight's gonna happen. Alda Powell says Ryan fight and Haney fight. Don't really care for them. Yeah, but it's boxing, man. We gotta see what happens. One SS says Royota Yamakuchi is fighting Junto Nakatani. Yeah, Junto Nakatani. I like him. He's going to knock out Junto. Junto is very sloppy and can't fight in inside. Okay, well, we'll have to see the fight then. BT said he hopes occasionally punching Amanda's round in the mouth for bringing up the. No, I think what BT's upset about is like she knew before the once everything was finalized and they had the final press conference. Why would she even say a comment like that when she already knows it can't be changed? It can't be changed because everything's been finalized for the fight already. So why would you bring something out like that? So that's what BT was referring to. Why would you even say something like that knowing that you can't get that changed? Oh man, good point you brought out that Anthony Sims, man. That guy is good. I like to see him fight. And David Morrell's a beast too. But Gabe Rosado, I'm telling you why he's getting all the things because Gabe Rosado. That's what I was looking at. Gabe Rosado was literally he's done a lot. I mean, he's fought a lot of good fighters. So for resume's sake, let's say he actually beats him. You know what I'm saying? And then you could say if he actually beats him, then you could say like, damn, uh, yeah, he actually beats him. So that being said, uh, if he beats Gabe Rosario, then you already know what time it is, you know. Okay, Rosado, Rosado. What the hell? Hold on, guys. This thing right going right. I'm sorry. What happened here, guys? Hold on a second. I don't know what the shit. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna get the Gabe Rosado. I'll tell you the monsters he's fucked. I know he fought a lot of monsters, and I think he deserves it's self-deserves to talk about him because of who he's fought. You gotta put respect to that name, no matter how you look at it. I'm gonna try and get this right now. Gabe Rosado's thing. Bullshit. Just get me the same thing. Anyway, he's fought a lot of fighters. This thing's acting up on me, and I got time for it. Gabriel's hard to fight a lot. I think for his resume, I think it's good for him. Morel's a beast too. I would love to see him fight. Sims is another good fight. Young fighter that wants to come up on. And Anthony Smith, Anthony Sims, my son just interviewed him not too long ago, and he really wants. He would love to have that fight with Montana Love again because Montana Love apparently beat him, so he wants to get a rematch with that. And I like him. I like Sims. I like how he's talking. Out of that, I think Morel's a young, hungry lion. I think out of all of them right now, Gabe is doing great. He's fought a lot of fighters, Rosario, but and he's got a great resume. That's why mostly he's fighting him. But I think out of all of them, Morel's going to eventually be up there. When it says Eddie Hearns needs to sell matchroom boxing to top rank, that way Buffalo can dissolve it. Yeah, I mean, if there's a lot of things he could do. I mean, Eddie Hearns right now, he's losing a lot of fighters. I mean, the only fighter he got right now is going to make him a lot of money. Believe it or not, it's going to be Canelo that he's got right now for these couple of fights that he got. And then after that, he's got that lightweight that just Rodriguez, Bam Bam Rodriguez, and then he got who else got after Bam Bam Rodriguez? Boo Boo's going to leave him. He never used Boo Boo the right way. He got Bam Bam Rodriguez, and then who else got on the stable that's actually good? He's lost like a lot of fighters, so he's trying to hype up all these pretty girls right now to get them involved in the UK. But after that, where they're going to go from there? You need to have some solid fighters in your stable. And the only one that I see is the young fighting is Bam Bam Rodriguez that he signed recently, and I don't know who else. Eldapel. Eldapel says Earl Valdez and Tank, the ones waiting for even the Michaela fight should be good. Also, Ali, grandson of Shakur. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Thank you, Eldapel. Isn't Amanda around too small for lightweight? She's a featherweight. This is like Mark Mazzaro, Wisconsin, two different weight classes. I mean, with regardless you see, it's gonna be they're gonna. I don't know what the weight. I'm pretty sure they gotta be around the same weight class. It's just that Amanda Serrano has accomplished a lot in her time. That's why she seems more the well-rounded, a more decorated fighter. But you can't discredit Katie Taylor. LFL says, and the Canelo fight don't really care for we all know how it's gonna end. Then what if people did? Then what if people did win if Canelo pick went wrong? You never know, man. So I'm trying to tell you. We know he's the face of boxing. We have to see things for what we see it. That's not going to change. So, but the best men win. Yeah, but he's still. You say what you want about Bibble, but Bibble's actually. He's still. He made like what 6 or 7 defenses on his thing. He's doing his thing, so you can't discredit him. He's one of. I think for with Canelo fighting picking him, I think Canelo, like I've been saying before, his move, having a fighter that has movement and has a great job and has all different combinations and know how to fight. Like, and I was watching Bibble this weekend, like I was telling you, I watched him against Jay Pascal, uh, Joe Smith Jr. I watched him against him, and I forgot the other fighter that I watched. And the movement that he brings to the table, I think it's going to be problems for Canelo. If Canelo thinks he's just going to go to the body, you better be ready for those counter shots from Bibble, because Bibble's going to bring him. So it's going to be a tough fight for him. I don't even care for Canelo all this year. None of the fights I want. Yeah, none of us do. But you know what? He's the face of boxing, like he said in an interview. He doesn't really care how, because the Canelo's like this. If I fight all these guys, you guys are always gonna say I have to do something else. So I'm just gonna do whatever I gotta do, and that's it. So he's gonna pick and choose. He's got that right. Right now he's the Floyd Mayweather of boxing, whether we want to see it or not, and that's the reality of it. Well, I think the matchroom is good to come here in the USA. But that being said, I don't think Eddie Hearns has the right people behind him to teach him about the where to go, where the bouts are to have good fights. BT tried to talk to him and try to get in touch with him, let him know about the area boxing, about Florida boxing, and he didn't give a shit. So if he fails, it's on him. Yeah, I actually read about that. I'm glad you brought that out, Dave Morel. It's the best Cuban boxer. Did you hear? Did you hear Cuba is going to let Cuban fighters fight in the pro? Yeah, I seen that. I actually read the article and everything. I think that's a great thing, that a great move for Cuba to do that. But I'll be honest with you, and it's just my own opinion. I think Cuban boxers still come back to the USA and stay here, because the thing is, Cuba doing that. I think they haven't done it in so many years. They haven't done that in so many years. I forgot how many years, 20, 30 years doing that by Cuba doing that. It's great, but you don't know when they're going to turn the clock or rebel and go back and don't that whenever things don't go their way, they're going to go ahead and block them again. So, but for now, it's a good thing for them. But the sad part, they still got to train in Cuba. They come fight in pro ranks, but it's still going to be controlled by the government. So I don't know if it's a great thing. I think it's a good thing, good gesture, but I don't trust it. Alapel says, but I will be at the sports bar on Canelo fight because Richie will be there for the. Yeah, baby, with that, Cal. Well, you go get it, Alapel. You do your thing. Yeah, I guess if you want to feel if you want to blow your head up with some air like in a balloon and get yourself confident like that, then yeah, go ahead until you actually fight some level fighters, and then they come back and fight with you. Yeah, go ahead. It's all good. What is it? The only good thing about Matthew Bossy, the cheap trade all tickets like the Marlins. Yeah, even that being said, it's not the same anymore. A lot of the subscribers don't get pay per view like they used to, so now they got to pay extra money for it. So it's not like they're getting a free ride for that. So I mean, even now I gotta renew my subscription for. I have the uh, subscription. What's the name? Channel is it? Not the Zone, Showtime. I like that. So and it's like 10.99 or something. So I have to get that to follow the fights and stuff. But I mean, you just got to get the best for your dollar and go from there. Yeah, for sure. So let me see what else. I'm not tired. It's almost midnight. I got to take my medication. Hold on, let me see. Uh, yeah. So let me see what else we got here because it's only 8 of you guys here. I've been on almost going on 4 hours. I don't care. Let's see what else we'll talk about. Besides that, I want to get this Ggg Rosado boxer to let you guys know who he's fought. I know you guys already know, but just for me, Ggg Rosado. Fucking let me get this damn in my language. Let me see what the guy says here because I can't get the box on my thing. Let me me see what it says. Yeah, he's fought Ggg. He fought Ggg. Let me see what he got. Peter Quillen. He fought. Yeah, he's fought some, a lot of fighters. It's not showing in there. One SS says, "Is Showtime the new HBO? In your opinion, they were number 2, and now that HBO is gone." No, I don't like. They're good. They actually are good, but I like the commentary from Top Rank. Top Rank, but Andre Ward, Timothy Bradley. I like their commentary more. I just think it's more real for me. Yeah, he's a good tester. I mean, he's fought a lot of talented fighters. We go through his box ring, and you see what he's done. So you got to put respect to Rosario's name. That's one thing about him. He'll fight anybody, and he's not afraid to do it. You know, and that's what I wanted to see. We can't say that much about Jaime Magia, and he's Puerto Rican too. I gave Rosario, so I like that. But Jaime Magia, that's another one that pissed me off. I don't know. They both have. I mean, and everything is competition when it comes to money. One it says, yeah, Eddie Hearns. His father was I think Ben Hearn. I think it is. Barry Hearns is his father, and they were always competing with Fish Eyes, Frank Warren. And it's always going to be that way. So competition, you're always going to get back and forth on both of them. I just like the Top Break commentary a lot better. I just think the way they break it down. Timothy Bradley says things the way he says it. I don't agree sometimes with him, but he's a lot more honest. And then you got Andre Ward. I think, and I'll be honest, I think Andre Ward's a better commentator than he was boxer, in my opinion. He did good in the lightweight. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this. A commentator is real good. Another guy that I hope when he finishes boxing to do commentary is Keith One Time Thurman. I think he's real good at that, and that's what I like him for also. So this, I mean, Sean Porter still does the PBC thing. He's got his own PBC show. You know, you guys, I keep saying you need to go check out Paul. I don't know if you guys like Paul Malajani. I like Paul Malajani. Check out his Paulie's TV channel here on YouTube. He's got some good info on there. Check out Boxing Jams, another good channel. That's real good. I know what I've been watching too. Something I like to watch is the Rich the Fight Historian. He's got great fights of fighters back in the day. That's another channel that I watch. I mean, you name it, I watch. There's another guy that just came up now, and I gave him props because he's just starting out. I know it's not easy in the game of boxing and YouTube, so he might not know all the boxing, but he's trying. So sometimes got to give you support. You're asking me how much you think they paid Rosario. Jesus Emerson, how much you think Rosario to face? I don't know how much they paid Rosario, but whatever it is, it's decent money. He's happy with it, and it's a fight that's actually at 168, and he's actually a 116 pounder, so for him it's good. One that says that Munguia is such a bitch. He wants to fight washed up Daniel Jacobs. This good guy really going. Yeah, forget him. I'm done with him. I hope that whoever when he steps up to fight anybody, a Golden Boy. I don't know how they can just sit there and lie to the fans that this guy's going to be a Mexican hype job. Get out of here with that shit. I will say that much about Canelo. I might say that he's not fighting the best champion, but he's going out there to chase people to get it done in different weight classes and everything. This guy's been sitting back, being 38-0. Probably 38-0 or 39-0 with really come on, man. He hasn't done shit. He got robbed from the Hogan fight. It's the reality. We've seen that. Yeah, you gotta give it to the Bobfather, man. He came through with his Kambosos fight on ESPN, and he's gonna get the Lomachenko fight on ESPN. The Bobfather's doing his thing, man. People don't give him enough credit, but he gets it done. I wouldn't doubt it, man. I think the Lubin fight is intriguing with me because the height of Sebastian Fundora, his reach is out there. He got a big reach. It's going to be hard for anybody to get inside on him. But Lubin's out here to prove something. He wants that rematch with Charlo, so he's going to come up and do something. And I wouldn't doubt it if he can get it done. But don't sleep on Fundora. However the fighter doesn't done it, we don't have to pay a lot. We can see the great fights. You got to give respect for that and enjoy that. That's what you got to look. You got to accept that and enjoy it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's getting us what he got the Kambosos fight for free for us. He's probably gonna get the Lomachenko. He's doing more than a lot of Showtime's doing. Look at Showtime. We didn't get to see Jamal Charlo fight Jaime Munguia because they were selfish enough, didn't want to let the zone come in and get a piece of the cake. And look what Bob Aaron, because he's real good friends with Debelia, Lou Debelia, promotional. He's like, okay, I'll make the fight because I know down the road I'll make money from this fight, to fight twice, and I'm also when Haney and Kambosos fight, but I'm also going to get the Lomachenko fight. So he's thinking far and beyond something that something that the Showtime was too selfish to do. And what happened? The fight never got done because they wanted to be selfish. Screw them. Pops, did you see the reaction of people play by ESPC? Apparently, ESP is not ready. It's still a buggy game, nowhere near early. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't really found out. I know they came out with something on YouTube saying that the game is really good and this and that. But to be honest, I haven't really seen the game yet. And to me, it's taking way too long, man. You sign all these fighters. Uh, you should at least have some kind of have how you say a dummy, not a dummy game. What is it called? Where you get a prototype and let people try it out. But if you have another bug and stuff, you better figure that out because I mean, once it comes out, people are gonna buy it. But they're gonna make a lot of money off of it. But that being said, if they have a lot of problems with it, all that money is gonna come back to the people. Hey, Pop. Hey, you know why? Because people that want to argue with me on lives about certain fighters, they can go ahead and fight them in the ESPC game and get their jollies off and be happy for what they do. Yeah, Fundora's fighting Lubin, and I think Eric the Hammer Lubin. Lubin really wants to, with that fight, I think Lubin really wants a rematch with Jamal Charlo, or Jamal Charlo. And I think the only way he's going to get that if he actually comes out and beats Fundora to a pole. So I think he's motivated. Fundora's motivated. He's doing pretty good. So it's going to be a good fight. I just think the tall and the tall and the reach that Fundora's got is going to be very difficult for Cunningham to. I mean, not Cunningham is his coach. For Lubin to go in there and do some damage. And that's just me just talking and saying it real, you know. That's why I say that. I think you know another guy that I like a top rank. I like the heavyweight they got. I forgot his name. I think he's gonna be a good one. He's playing a prospect right now. He had his last fight. He's gonna be good. I like there was another guy that I like Davis. Davis's brother Rashid. I think Rashid Davis's brother, the brother from Davis, the Olympian. He's gonna be good. He got beautiful left hand. He's gonna be good. I mean, it's a lot of fights coming up that the national going to be good. We just got to go see the fights to find out how far they're going to go. I want to do like a video, and I haven't done it. It's the greatest trainer of all. Like this, who is the best boxing trainer of all? You got Fudge. You got in this era they're going to say Reynoso. You had Fudge. You had Angelo Dundee. You had so many names that were top. I remember Angelo Dundee back in the day. Yeah, you have King. You got King. Top Don King. You got to put him in the. I don't know. I was promoted. I'm sorry. Angelo Dundee. You got Fudge. You had Emmanuel Stewart. Rest in peace. I like to make a list of who the best all time great boxing manager was. You know what I mean? That I don't know if anybody ever made anything about that, but I'd like to just put it out there and see you guys' opinion on it because I think a lot of times boxing trainers don't get the credit they get as much as they should for what they do. You know, so and in this era, there's been a lot of good fight trainers too. Oh, here we go. And one ancestor wants to get me going. Well, I'll leave it like this. He signed to Peter Khan now. There's no reason why he can't get the fights again. I'm not gonna say he's gonna. I wish him the best because, like my son says, he's a Florida fighter. But I want to see what it's all about. Now he's gonna get tested. Now it ain't no more saying this is my city. This and that. You're gonna be tested, brother. And good luck to him. I don't think a lot of people know much about Shakur Stevens as much as they should. Probably that's probably why. But he is exciting. They know where they're gonna put the fight. They put the fight somewhere in the east, or when a good fighter is gonna fight. He'll get his attention. He's talented, that's for sure. So you got to put credit on that. You know what I mean? That's for sure. As far as very talented fighter, that you can't discard. There's a lot of talent out there, but if you don't know how to promote yourself, or your promoter doesn't know how to promote you, then people aren't going to know about you. Simple as that. You got to promote yourself. You got to go out there on social media. You got to talk your stuff, talk your game. You know. One that says you crazy, man. You crazy. One that says, I mean, if you can go out there and get any kind of medal, it puts respect to your resume, no matter how you look at it. You crazy. One that says, excuse me, 1 minute. Yeah, so probably gonna stay on for like a few more minutes. I've been on for 4 hours. Appreciate you guys. I'll probably be here tomorrow. Anything else you want to shoot to me, or if you want to come as a guest, I dropped the link down. You can say something. If not, tomorrow's another day. Appreciate you guys being here, and let's see. Hey man, you just gotta be you gotta appreciate whatever medal you win in any kind of Olympics. If you are just a fill-in and you won the Olympics, you gotta put respect on all that. You know what I mean? You gotta put respect on all that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll probably come live. I'll be live tomorrow. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna talk about. If you guys have any ideas you want me to talk about that's gonna help and intrigue this channel with positivity, send them to me or whatever. It's all good. That's what we're here for. Yeah, they'll be alive tomorrow. I took 2 days off, and I like talking boxing. Might not be the best because my son's not here, but I'll do the best I can for him. Anyways, that being said, I'll be here tomorrow. Let me see. As Susan said, Ryan Garcia is getting big headed. Well, we'll see. He's got to go ahead and get it done. He better not sleep on Tugboat, because Tugboat came out and got pissed off. I just think that was just a tactic to try to sell more tickets. To be honest, doesn't sound like the fight really got sold out and stuff the way they were doing it live. One that says you get a laugh out of me every night. Why you want me to do stand up? You make me laugh. I don't know. I'm sure you can. You seen Earl Spence? Earl Spence had his daughter, but when he had his press conference and stuff. So why not? I mean, that's what it's all about. Family and letting them know. One thing I did like about Earl Spence, he said, anytime I have my daughters around, I got them around because I don't want to see how I do. They motivate me, but they can also see that I'm not a quitter. That I don't quit. I'm doing certain things. So you got to put respect to that, and I like that about Earl Spence. What he did. So yeah, I like the way he said Milky Way. That was really pretty good when he came out and he said that, and he's trying to be time for his daughter, some motivation for him. So anything you try to do for your family, understand that family is the most important thing, and that we have to live for, and we have to give respect. We have to put respect to. Anybody else want to say anything else before I go? Anybody come as a guest? I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna cut this live because tomorrow's another day. God bless you guys. Hit that like button. Anybody else got anything to say? Come on right now. Or forever hold your peace. I got a few more minutes left. I wait till 4 o'clock. So, like I said, nobody really wanted to talk about the Fundora fight. I get it. I get that. Lubin fight, not excited about that. I'd love to see Crawford go to 154 and fight Jamal. That'd be great. Nah, Milky Way. Come on, man, Milky Way. You gotta put respect to people. You can't be like that. You out of your mind, man. You cool. You making me laugh too much. You and one that says got me going sometimes. Nah, you can't talk about family like that. You got to put respect no matter what. The dude, Errol Spence. Even though I'm a Crawford fan, Errol Spence come out, use his kids' motivation to do better for himself, for his family, and what he's been through with the accident and been through with the eye injury, whatever the case may be, and he's trying to teach his kids right. So, what way to be a father and teach them right? Come on, man. That's the UFC. We ain't talking about the UFC is crazy. They don't play over there. They get this stuff done. So yeah. Susan says Fundora and Lubin got long ways to go. Yeah, they do. But I mean, every fight's a step up fight. You know what I mean? It's actually gonna if whichever one wins, it's a WBC interim a title or something. So they got a chance to fight Jamal Charlo. I mean, so that's what they want. So why not? Lubin wants to get back at Charlo, and we'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, that's why it's called boxing. But you're right, they still got a ways to go. Got 4 more minutes left. Anybody else got anything else to say? Yeah, UFC is crazy. I already UFC. They don't play over there. They get it done. They don't get paid as much as boxers. That's for sure. Dana White don't pay. He doesn't pay as much as boxing. So if you get into boxing, you make it big, and you know how to kick some butt. You can make up millions and millions. They're only making what 100,000 over there. And over there, they literally that's like you might as well, that's like street fighting over there. They're getting beat down to a T. I'm not saying boxing don't do it, but I'm just saying as far as what they're doing over there. With that being said, anybody has got nothing else, I might just go ahead and end the live. Uh, God bless all of you that are here with me. I'll come back tomorrow. Anybody else got anything to say before I leave? I've been on for 4 hours. I'll be back here tomorrow. Actually, almost 4 hours, and we can talk some more boxing. So, y'all have a good night. God bless you guys. Thank you for being here with me. God bless you guys, and I'll definitely see you mañana. God bless.